as South Africa would know her, Tiri Madia.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a loss, man.
Whoa. We are still recovering.
You are, hey. What a loss. What a horrible loss.
It's a tough one.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What surprised you when you arrived?
What a male-dominated environment it was.
It's football. What do you expect?
Look.
It's male football.
and I was preparing myself that I will be the only female technical member, but I think to expect it and to be in the reality is two totally different things. But I think another thing is how much men gossip. Men gossip a lot.
I didn't know that.
I thought I'd be bored. No, I don't get bored.
I didn't know that. So they gossip.
I'm always laughing to a point where they're like, whenever I talk about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm too loud. But stop saying these things to me. So no, men gossip a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. But Coke offers you nothing but high sugars. There's no nutritional benefit to it.
I'll burp, man.
And at another day, you're just getting closer and closer to diabetes. Energy drinks, it's another thing. Like a person can consume 2 cans a day. You're like, what?
2?
Yes.
That's little.
Oh my gosh.
2?
There's been multiple times where I thought, look, I can't. I'm walking away.
Really?
Yes.
Never?
Yes.
Even if it was, the job you wanted, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes I needed to... The thing that helped me to adapt, I needed to shut out the noise. There's a lot of noise in the system in football.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the noise, you'll really get overwhelmed by the noise.
King David Studio Podcast.
Our guest is a dietitian. She works with a big team, one of my favorite teams in the world, Mamelodi Sundowns. She's a chef.
Yeah.
And she cares about what we eat, amongst many things.
Yes.
And I find the intersection of her career quite interesting. Where it's not just somebody who cooks, but it's somebody who cares about what is cooked and what it does to our body.
Cooked.
And how it's cooked.
And how it's eaten, how much of it is eaten. Like it gets more complex.
And when we eat.
Like it gets complex.
I'm this God guy complicated this thing.
Hey, the human body. I know.
Wow. Reabetjoe Mokoko.
Yes.
How do you pronounce it?
Mokoko.
Okay.
Literally Mokoko. So that is my marital surname.
Yes.
Before I was Manyaka.
Manyaka.
Yeah.
Do you miss being Manyaka?
Look, I think it was a bit of an identity crisis. But look, I've been in it for long. I got married at the age of 21.
Wow.
So it's been how many? 15?
Quite a
bit.
Quite a bit.
Yes. So look, at first I'll be in a room and they'll say Reabetjoe Mokoko and I'll be like, and then eventually it'll click like, oh, that's me.
So it took you a while to get used to it.
It took me a while.
Wow, man.
To get used to it.
Because I guess you are Mokoko for so long.
Yes.
Or rather,
yes.
Manyaka for so long.
And look, part of me was, I wanted to keep my surname and do a double barrel because I've always thought, I remember saying to my mother, I know I'm going to become big, but I want also the Manyaka surname to shine.
So why didn't you?
My mother's such a peacemaker. She's a Roman Catholic. I'm Roman Catholic deacon. To say, come from. I know I was still too young to
be stern.
To be stern and to be like.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's not that I'm respecting I'm disrespecting my in-laws. I just want to really get both surnames to get the shine. But yeah.
But you compromised.
Yeah, I did.
And all your mom's influence.
Yes.
Well, she's a good mother. She knows.
No.
For lenyalo le, it's a period complication. But what about the Yes. And I guess it becomes a thing.
Yes.
Did they do that?
Yes.
What did they give you?
What is my name?
You can't. I'm happy.
No, actually, no, they didn't. So my mother-in-law is not traditional.
Okay.
So my mother-in-law, my mother and my mother-in-law are two totally opposites.
One is very traditional.
My mother-in-law is a Tswana girl who is just, look, whatever the textbook, whatever God says, let's move forward.
Yeah.
Culture and things. Yeah, we'll visit churches, but she's like, hey,
I guess it sounds interesting. We can try this.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about reading up on you and your career, I realized that it has to have started somewhere.
Yes.
There must have been a moment in your life that defined it.
Definitely.
Take us to that moment.
Definitely. So growing up, I always thought I wanted to become a medical doctor. And look, that was the direction I was moving in. I was not raised by my mother. I was raised by her older sister, Mamolwaka. And Mamolwaka had diabetes. And I always say that she died a premature death, not because she didn't want to do better, but she didn't know any better. And the foods that she was eating were not in line with what a diabetic is supposed to be eating.
Gotcha.
And hence the complications. She was 5 to an amputation before she passed away.
Sure.
And look, I played a key role in looking after her and things like that. And from that moment, when I realized that food has an impact on an outcome of a condition, I thought whatever it is, I want to pursue this career.
But how old were you then? Because I'm curious to know that food, because we don't always associate. Yes, we don't always associate it with the solution.
Yes.
Because it's nice, we eat it.
Yes.
And nice food is bad food.
Yes.
So how did a teenager figure this out?
The aha moment actually came when because I did a BSc first. The aha moment came when I was doing my BSc. In that thing, I'm going to do a BSc, then move into medicine. Then we had a microbiology course where we were doing, it was just about food digestion and things like that, the nutrients. And I remember going to my lecturer and I was like, look, this thing that we're doing, I feel like this is what I need to do. And he said to me, look, what you want to do is you want to become a dietitian, but we don't offer it here.
Yeah.
University of Pretoria is the closest university that offers it. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm no longer going to medicine. I'm going to become a dietitian.
Yeah. So being a dietitian is not something I can do on some online course for 2 weeks.
No, we are under the Health Professional Council. So we're under
registered profession.
Yes, just like doctors, just like nurses, we have a certificate too. So we are under HPCSA. It's actually like a formal thing. 4 years of studying.
I can't use Udemy.
No,
10
there's no
10
short.
days, 10 hours of
There's
lesson.
no short course to become a registered dietitian in South Africa. It's like 4 years. Yeah.
And once you went into it, did you now truly say, this is it, I've arrived?
I was like, this is it, because I also, growing up, I started cooking from the age of 9. Mamolwaka, we spent a lot of time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Her other kids were not fond of being in the kitchen, but I was this one character that she could influence. If she said, let's try this, they used to bake at church to raise funds to pay for the church. So on Saturdays, at the age of 9, 10, I'd be baking buckets of scones.
Wow.
And I loved it. And that's how we bonded and we spent time together. And because I had this background of cooking and food and things like that, now becoming a dietitian merged the two, becoming essentially a food doctor.
Yes.
So that's I was like, this is what I've been searching for all my life.
Amazing.
So it was like, this is it.
So do you recall some of the stuff you enjoyed cooking as a young child?
Yeah.
What memories, what special memories come to mind about that kitchen?
So my Mamolwaka was a teacher. Teachers don't earn that much, and she had 3 kids to look after. So she would always buy like the more affordable proteins, maswafu, merodu, and things like that. But she had a way of teaching me how to cook it where you were just like, this tastes so dinawa. Like those are things that I grew up with. That on a cold day, she'll chicken bones, and we're cooking dinawa, and we had veggies. And that was like, okay,
I want to do this.
So
the chef came before the dietitian.
The chef came before the dietitian. The love for food came before the
dietitian. Yes.
Yeah.
And now the career once school. Did you have a vision of what you wanted to do with it?
I didn't have a set vision, but I knew that whatever I do, I must be the most sought after. That is the only thing that I remember saying to myself. I remember when I was going to study it, going to study to become a dietitian, one of my husband's colleagues at work was like to him, oh, your wife is going to study to become a dietitian. He's like, It's like, oh, the unemployment rate is high. I'm like, must talk for himself and his sister who is unemployed.
Yes.
I know what I want to do. Wow. And look, the key was to tap into spaces that were not tapped into as dietitians
That
and just make them popular.
That's pretty interesting. If you had chosen to be a grave digger, you would have been the most sought after.
Yeah.
So your goal was, whatever happens, I'll be good at this thing.
Whatever happens, I'm going to have rare skills where I'm sought after.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Take me back home before you moved to Gauteng.
Yeah.
Who was home? How many people were there?
So,
And where is it?
So I come from Ramanyaka in Drieko, Begasfort, a mining town. So my mother, my father. So my father was an entrepreneur. So again, that's where the business background, because I have businesses.
Yes. Plates and scales.
Plates and scales, yes. So my father was an entrepreneur. My grandfather was an entrepreneur, and that's where the background comes from. And then at that time, it was my father, my mother, my father, my younger brother, my sister. My other siblings are older. My other siblings were either in university, working.
When you were born?
Yeah, the age gap is, I'm sure my late sister, I'm sure she'll be like 55 or something like that.
Who was the oldest?
Which was the
She's
oldest.
much, much older than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom had 8 kids.
That's
I'm number 7 of 8.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, sis.
Yeah.
And that's why they had to send you away.
Yeah, because it was just too much. Like, I always say to my mother, why don't you stop at 4?
What answer does she
And then she's like, if I stopped at 4, do you realize that my blessings were lying at number 7? Where would...
Good point.
Yeah, she's like, you've never been there. And I was like, okay, I get it, but who, girl?
You wouldn't be here.
Yes, that's always the response to say, do you realize that the lucky number was with number 7?
That's it, eh?
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
And school, did you do any schooling back home?
I did, just grade 1.
Yeah,
Ramashishi Primary School, where we used to climb a mountain. It was a mountainous area, so it was up behind the mountain.
You used to climb a mountain to school?
Yes, and my mother taught there. So I used to climb the mountain with my mother to go to school. And yeah, that was from then on, that's when I moved to the East Rand.
Yeah. And did you remember the separation?
Yes, I did.
And then how did that feel like?
So luckily my number three, my sister's number 3 was also living with my aunt at that time. So as much as there was familiarity, I remember just crying to be like, where am I? What is happening? Because the process wasn't explained to me properly. You know how parents back in the day, like, yes, you just find yourself here, you find yourself there. And I remember the first day of school, like, Kemo Bedi, all I knew was Bedi. I'm now at Laerskool Leondale, where the medium is Afrikaans and English. Then the other kids will speak isiZulu. I knew nothing.
What?
And I felt so lost. It was really a jungle because I was supposed to go to Leondale Primary, where my other sister Tidi went to, but we couldn't get space. So the other alternative was Laerskool. Yes.
And what Lavasha?
Yeah.
Yay,
I just remember being so disorientated.
So not only did you struggle with the sudden, removal, almost like a forced apartheid removal from back home to the East Rand, a different environment, and also a schooling experience was just as shocking.
I mean, now I'm in a school with white people. That is like so extreme. Coming from a Ramashishi primary school where... I was walking
to school.
Now I am at Laerskool. And I was just like, whew.
How did you navigate through it though? Do you remember any that anxiety?
No, I remember there was this one girl, Khomotso realized ke disorientated and Khomotso was Tswana. Because she was Tswana and I'm Pedi, we were able to, and she was like, no. And she just helped me ease into it.
And she's young.
She's also young, but she's realizing,
knows nothing.
Yes.
Wow.
So that helped building just a small community around me. Making friends is what made it so much better.
Amazing,
yes.
Considering, I'm still blown away by her wisdom. To realize this one is not going to swim.
And to just take me in and create a safe space. Because I remember day 1, I didn't want to go back the next day.
Of course.
I didn't want to go back. And I'm like, even when the bell rings, I don't even know what's happening.
Of course.
Because it's not even it's a sign. And it's just like, what is happening?
There's a siren.
And you're like, Are we running away?
What an experience, eh? Do you think you adjusted quickly?
I did. Like, by the end of that year, I was already in the top 10.
What?
Yeah,
Never.
I was year in, year out. Like, my aunt was like, look at you.
Like she found her natural habitat, a
at
natural
you.
space.
Yes.
That's incredible, eh? What type of ambitions does I always try to recall my dreams back then.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, man, we thought we could play soccer, but
Yeah, we
not.
thought we could do it all.
And I couldn't.
Yeah.
We tried it all, from karate to dancing to you name it. We thought we could do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then realize when you are with kids that are really good at this thing that maybe this is not for
me.
you.
Yeah.
What type of thoughts were you having at that time in terms of whether there was interest or career?
Sure. I think I owe my upbringing and my ambitions and things to my sister Tidi. Tidi never made me feel like there's nothing I couldn't achieve.
Yeah.
Yay, that girl, whatever it is, she's like, Jojo, you can do this. Because of the JOE, she called me Jojo. And she was like, Jojo, there's nothing that you can't do. Like, she made me believe I could achieve absolutely anything. If I wasn't good at something, she would say, no. Like, dance is like, oh, no, you can't dance.
She was honest enough.
No, she was honest enough to guide me to say, dancing is not your thing. Singing is not your thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the books and things like that. Tidi used to force me to go to the library, take out books like on a weekly basis. Are you done reading it? We go back to the library, return them, get new books.
Yes.
Yeah.
We make reference to a CD.
Yeah.
And this is not just any CD.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about CD.
So as South Africa would know her, Tidi Madia.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a loss, man.
Whoa. We are still recovering.
You are, hey. What a loss. What a horrible loss.
It's a tough one.
I'm sorry. We
We
spoke about tears and you said you're not going to cry.
Not with her.
Excuse.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm glad I was raised by her. Because she raised me. I wouldn't be as strong and as opinionated.
What is your relationship? Tell us. You keep referring to her as your sister.
So I take her as my sister because our mothers are sisters. And I wasn't raised by my mother. I was raised by her mother.
Yes.
Yes.
Kena mamkhulu.
Yes.
Yes. Kena mamkhulu.
So indirect, Mamolo had 3 kids.
Yes.
Tidi was the last one. So Tidi always saw herself as the last born. But I'm like, girl, yeah.
I'm here. I'm the real last born.
So, yes. So Tidi.
So she age difference, not too much.
No. She was 42. Yeah, so it was like
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're like friends. More than anything, we were like.
Man. Do you know, let me tell you,
Yeah.
I didn't know she knew who I was. And there was some event. Sizwe Mpofu hosted a little thing where it was a public thing, invited all of us. And when she saw me, she was so happy. And I thought, she knows who I am. I got so excited. Because I absolutely adored
No, the
Tidi.
one thing about Tidi is that she's down. Tidi will get into a room and greet everybody. And she'll gravitate more towards people who are not so popular. So
Okay,
whatever.
yes.
And
yes.
that's the type of person that she is.
Yeah.
Even the thought of her being so well known and things like that, it just gave her anxiety. I'm just doing my job, guys. I'm just doing my
just a
job.
journalist.
I'm just doing my job.
Wow.
So that was Tidi. Achieved so much, but I was so humble about it always.
We were gifted, man.
Yeah.
We criticize. The job we do gets a lot of criticism because it's public.
It's public.
Yes. So we get told how bad we are at what we do and how good we are.
And how you're in the pockets of whoever and things like that. Like
you name
we've
it,
been through
we do it. Yeah. So she's had that as well.
Yes.
I have so many moments where I've seen her work and I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
But it's when she defended the whole country.
Yes.
Against freaking Donald Trump.
And that's why I get Modimo ke sethaga, because I don't think South Africa would have known her on that level. And God was like, before I call you back home, I want everybody to know who you are.
Yeah.
And what you've done. And how courageous you are.
You know what I mean?
And in that one moment. In
10 minutes.
Yes. But she's been doing that her whole life as a journalist.
Yeah. You had a You had a good one on your side. Eh?
Yes. So that's why I don't believe there's nothing I can't achieve.
All because of a young girl.
All because of how I was raised by that girl. There was no time for fear factor. The first time I got into the media, like me getting to the media space was by default. As a dietitian, because she was still at power, and then they needed somebody to come talk about something. She's like, no, my cousin can do that. Jojo can do that. Jojo, even before I couldn't formulate the response, my numbers were shared, and I was supposed. You
were scheduled for an interview.
Yes. So yeah, no, she didn't even.
She did. I guess she knew that you could pull it off.
Yes.
And you are the one that doubted yourself.
Yes, she believed in me more than anyone.
And when you recall your relationship with her, what does that tell you about the people we keep around us?
No, they determine who we become.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the company that we keep really becomes a reflection of who you are, who are you becoming.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you know how we give all that type of work to parent.
Yes.
And you were lucky to have someone like that. Do you know who influenced her?
She's just always been that big and bold and stuff like that. She's just so her name Makhwadi, her other name Makhwadi means actually colorful. So they said from a young age she's just always been this big. She used to go fetch teachers to say, no, come teach, the class is getting rowdy and things. She
would be the one leaving the class to go. It's like, hey, Maras.
Yes. So from a young age, CD has just always been CD.
We had a gift. I guess you had it closer.
Yeah.
But all of us enjoyed the benefits.
And our kids, she also pushed that in them. Whether it was ballet, whatever was happening, CD would make sure that she attends it, and she would be there clapping and tell them how great they are.
Her passing was sudden.
Yeah. Painful.
Let me tell you. Because we remember seeing her for the last time or hearing her for the last time.
Yes.
You know, because radio is live, it happens all the time. I remember, I had her yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then there she was, gone.
Yeah, so as a family, she was in hospital for about 2 weeks before she passed on.
Yeah.
So, but we thought there was a good prognosis that was given that it's going to be okay. She's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll yeah.
Yes.
We go through this tough moment.
Then we'll be fine. Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
Look, I'm more of like a spiritual gifted person.
Yeah.
And when the dream came, I thought, because in the dream, not many even have shared this in the family. In the dream, it was my brother and my sister-in-law. Then they came to me. I forgot to connect that Tidi's name after our grandmother.
That's it.
And
so in the dream, the reference was to
Magorena,
the older, the elder.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I thought, are they talking about my mother? I woke up and I prayed and whatever. On the day that she passed on, I will never forget that day. So we were sent in Southern Sun. We were playing Kaizer Chiefs that evening. And I was in my room. I just finished showering I just finished exercising.
Yeah.
And I'm now getting ready for breakfast and things to go oversee breakfast. Like I didn't vomiting, like everything that could. And I lied. There was nothing I could do. I laid on the bed for about 30 minutes with whatever was going on physically in my body. And it just felt so heavy. And when I could gain the strength to reach for my phone, I remembered that dream and I called my mother immediately.
Yeah.
And I said to her, are you okay? She's like, I'm okay. Then I called my brother, Tidi's older brother, Mpo. And the first thing I said to him is that, Makhwadukai. And he just started crying.
Oh, no.
He's like, how did you know? Because the hospital just called. I'm like, whatever she was going with her soul going, I felt it.
You felt?
I felt it. And I was like, it's okay.
Man.
Yeah.
You're number one.
So we had 2 weeks of hope. Visiting her in hospital, praying she's going to be okay. But
yeah, interesting. If you were to talk to people about death and speak about the last few days, few weeks.
Yes.
Their stories are similar.
Yes.
They'll tell you about, she was fine.
Yes.
The last day was fine. The last 2 days, she was fine. She spoke.
Yeah.
and they do that. Eh? They fool us into thinking that they're going to be okay.
Yes.
And it is in that moment where they're actually saying...
But also it reminded me that, look, life is a journey. We are all here for a purpose. And once your purpose is done, what else are you there here to do?
Yeah, it's space,
What else are you here to do? So I take it that she missed her mom, who passed away in 2008. She missed my older sister, who passed away in 2014. She missed... most of the people that had passed on. TD never recovered from her mother's passing.
Oh, no.
So I'm like... She is at least with her mother.
She carried it. Yeah. Excuse, ma'am.
Yeah. No. It's part of life. It shapes who we become.
It's a horrible part.
It shapes who we become. And unfortunately, we celebrate birth, but we still... death hurts us so much.
Yeah, and I understand.
Yeah.
And I lost my mom recently as well. So, and I remember yesterday in particular, I was driving to SABC. I used to call her every day when I go to work. So I've kind of gotten out of that habit because it's been at least 9 months or so now. And yesterday it was one of those days where I looked at the phone and I wanted to dial it. And
those days will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Can we move past this horrible
Yes.
moment?
Now people know who Tiri was.
Yes, a special bubbly lady.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, food.
Yes.
You and food. And you now becoming a dietitian, you qualifying.
Yes.
What journey does your career take immediately after?
So, funny enough, even before I qualified, I started my catering company.
And what motivates this young girl?
What motivates me to start this is because every Sunday, without fail, I cook. I cook good food.
Okay.
And there'll always be people at our house coming. And people just kept saying, but Rea, why do you not cook and sell this food? Because your food is so good. And I was like, yeah, actually. And then that's how I started. And you have to remember, when I'm starting to become I have had my first child at 21 at the end of my first degree. Now when I'm starting to become a dietitian, I'm juggling being a mother, being a wife, and now I add on the business.
Studying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm adding on this business owner thing. And the one thing about dietetics, especially in University of Pretoria, it is a challenging course.
Mm-hmm.
And I sometimes I'm like, you're just too gutsy for your own good, because when other kids were complaining about assignments and things like that, you were, and I didn't tell my lecturers and the head of school until fourth year when we were done. When they said you are qualified, I was like, woo! I have something to tell you.
I've been running.
Yes. And they were like, because they were going to discourage me. They were going to ask me how.
Oh, because of its difficulty.
Yes, because of its difficulty, because of how demanding it is. And even in the middle of the course I had my second child. So now I was juggling not only one, but two kids. And this challenging course that's making everyone cry.
God.
Yeah.
What is it about it that's difficult? About the course?
Look, there is the courses. There's medical nutrition therapy. This is the one where they teach you how to medically treat, like in the nutrition way, how to treat conditions.
Okay.
So that the human body is really complex.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the pharmacology courses. So the courses, they really go deep into understanding the human body, the biochemistry of it, digestion of food. If a person has this condition, then this is the pathophysiology of it all. So it gets really technical.
Am I right to say that medical doctors don't go through that?
So they do. Nutrition is just like a segment. It's a course. Yes.
Very tiny.
And a very tiny one. We, the ones that specialize in nutrition.
When you look at it as a medical practitioners, mm-hmm. should it be tiny, this part? If you had to redesign an entire academic qualification for a medical doctor, mm-hmm. I'm aware I'm asking too much of you, would you still give nutrition as little time as it gets with what we know now about what food does to us?
Look, I'll say yes or no. Yes, because then the dietitians are there for a reason.
Okay.
Because that is their speciality. And no, at the same time, so just a deeper understanding, because I think the superficial approach to it in medical school leaves some doctors feeling like it's not important. That's that.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. By the way, yes, and they think that's why when a patient is presenting with diabetes, they feel that because they did nutrition, they can give some sort of advice, and but there's more in depth than just saying to a diabetic, limit your sugar intake, limit your carbs, eat protein with every, those things like that. It goes deeper than that. Just that.
Let me tell you why I think it should be bigger.
Yeah.
Because our knowledge as ordinary people is that doctor has all the answers.
Yes.
That is the first point of call.
Yeah.
We don't associate this with you.
Yes.
As a dietitian.
Yes.
We think what you do is over there.
Yeah.
You work with sports people. You work
weight loss, normally dietitians are associated with weight loss.
You see what I mean? We think you are actually right. It's not even with sports.
Yeah, no, dieting. Yes.
So we don't associate you with a medical condition immediately.
Yes.
We associate a doctor.
Yes, with a medical.
Who we walk in and say, Doctor, yazi ngiyagula, yazi yini.
Yeah.
And then they'll do their thing and they'll make you open your mouth and look through your ears and all of that and then say, oh, this is what it is. Whereas it was just a dietary problem that I seem to be having.
Yes.
You understand why I think?
No, I get that. I get that.
It should be an entire year of only this one thing.
and just making them understand even more, to just place an emphasis and importance on nutrition, and that food is medicine.
You see that line?
Food is medicine.
That line, as easy as it, we probably say it loosely, and we should all understand it, but we don't get it.
Yeah, food can harm you or it can heal you. Like, it's literally two ends. You pick your struggle.
What do South Africans do with that struggle? Which side of the struggle do we pick? The
stats show us that it's mostly harmful.
We do the harmful bit.
Yeah, we do the harmful bit.
Give us some of the products that we regard as healthy, for that matter.
I think more than anything, South Africa is becoming a nation of processed foods.
We are adopting these international habits.
It wasn't like that in the past. We are a nation of convenience. Look, our generation of parents, we are chasing convenience because we are chasing so many goals. And we just want something that is convenient to just be eaten quick, fast. Like, I'll give an example. Even in my household, but I've taught my kids to eat it in a healthier way. 2-minute noodles.
Yes.
In every household. Most households you'll find them.
I'm lucky I hate them. Yeah. However, I realize that everybody uses them as a convenient meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So as a result, my kids got influenced some way because they'll go to the grandmothers and things like that. Those are things that...
And school.
Yes. Those are things that But I realized that, okay, just saying no would not be doing justice. So in my house, they are taught that there needs to be a protein, there needs to be a veg to make it a complete.
They don't just go on their own with that powder.
Yeah, they could even do them. Then they'll add like scrambled eggs and some some broccoli and things like that. So that's number one, like especially amongst children. 2-minute noodles are a big thing, and the thing is that a child will have them for lunch and for dinner just as they are, and all they're consuming is just refined carbohydrates with high salt, nothing else.
There's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there. Just energy, just consuming.
Because carbs
equals energy. So all they're consuming. So that one low-hanging fruit where you're just like,
And we talk about, you're saying historically we used to be different.
Yes.
What did we do in the past?
Cultural foods were key.
Yeah.
Cultural, you know, in the rural areas where grandmothers will even frown upon you for giving them meat that has spices.
They wanted
with
salt.
Salt, just like that. Just like that.
And having bomorojo and having food from the garden. And even that was the meal.
Perfect. Those are highly nutritious, not processed. Even the introduction of braai packs, the grandmothers in the rural areas will be like, they didn't understand it.
Jeez.
They didn't understand it. They literally believed from farm to table. That's how they lived.
And now, farm to table, we regard it as a delicacy.
It's a delicacy. They're actually restaurants that are just dedicated to those.
And there was a time where that was the standard.
That was the standard. There's no other. You have chickens there in the yard that bear the eggs. Then you go get them there on the khomo or the pudi where you get your milk from. Bread is mixed. You just mix it yourself. Maize meal, why midiwa, then you wash shidiwa yourself. So you do those things most of the time yourself.
Yeah, we lost a lot though when it comes to that. Hey?
We did.
And those were cheap options.
Yes.
If you think about it,
yes.
that entire process you're explaining is not terribly expensive.
And wholesome because you get so much out. We lived on organic. The term that's being termed organic is something that we lived on.
Even that's regarded as...
Yes. Now there's a whole section in shops for organic, and organic is generally 10 rand, 20 rand more expensive than anything else.
Do you know, I watched this documentary that was talking about organic chicken, and what they were describing is how much time they spend roaming around in the open space, and some of them 10 minutes nyana they're back in the whatever
the shelter,
and then they qualify as organic, and yet they were there for 10 minutes nyana and they were taken back in there.
Maramagaying, we have chickens.
They are always roaming around. We're chasing them.
Yes.
And even in the townships, a lot of those habits, we came with them to the township.
Yes.
But then we lost them along the way.
Yes.
Has it gotten really bad?
It has. If you look at our rates of obesity, even childhood obesity, back in the days you'd stumble across a child who was obese. But right now it's an actual thing.
It's almost every second.
It's an actual thing where almost every child, and it goes back to how we've lost our ways. Yeah. We've lost our ways in terms of the physical activity, in terms of the food, the cooking. We've lost our ways.
And also, does cost play a role?
Yes and no. Yes, no, because we can prioritize a 2-liter bottle of Coke, but not a packet of apples, and they're plus minus the same pricing.
You're judging us, man.
No, I'm not judging. I just want to ask. I just want us to put facts on the table. But Coke offers you nothing but high sugars. There's no nutritional benefit to it.
I'll burp, man.
And at the end of the day, you're just getting closer and closer to diabetes. That's the thing. No, that's the reality.
Put it right there.
That is the reality that we're facing.
Apples and Coke.
Energy drinks, it's another thing. Like a person can consume 2 cans a day. You're like, what?
2?
Yes.
That's little.
Oh my gosh.
2. People will say 2. I have one for breakfast, for between meals, just before lunch, during lunch, after lunch.
And that's why our problems will continue to manifest the way they are in terms of high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity. There's even a term, cardiometabolic conditions. So all these conditions are just fall under that. And that is literally what we are facing.
What is that?
So it's your conditions such as your high blood pressure, your obesity, your diabetes. So these are conditions that are lifestyle diseases that can eventually lead to heart issues. Yeah.
And avoidable.
Highly avoidable. Yes, there's genetics and other things that come into play. But there are other things that you get influenced to ensure that you limit the risk of these things.
Let's talk about the most common foods that you find on a South African diet. As common as pap, for example. We grew up on it.
Yeah.
They even tell you when kids start eating, when they go to solids, that becomes part of it, the porridge and all of that. What is pap okay?
Pap is okay. Our grandparents used to live on pap. The only thing is how we are eating it. Because remember that right now, our physical activity has decreased so much. Pap is energy dense. So the guidelines when it comes to starch is that it should be about the size of your fist when you are eating it. That is how you calculate. That's how you measure that. This is.
I don't have a dietitian.
And that is how you.
The size of my fist is all the pap I should have.
This is all the pap. The rest should be. Then the quarter of your plate is your protein, so about the size of your palm. Then the other half should be your veggies. So your salads, your cooked veggies, etc. And that's where you'll balance it out. So now where more than half of our plate is pap.
Yes.
Then meat is the other
another
portion.
half.
And meat is generally when we cook, the beef stock, the spicy, then we still put in salt. Then we'll still put in a lot of oil when we're cooking. So that's how our plate looks. Back in the days, yes, our grandparents ate pap, but they normally ate pap like a morogo and things like that. So they ate it better.
Yes.
So pap is our cultural food. There's nothing wrong with pap. It's just how we are eating it, the portions that we are putting in on our plate, that becomes a problem.
Isn't it over-processed as well?
Not
from its original form.
No, it's not overly over-processed. So pap get dried out and then ashidiwa. There's not a lot of chemicals and things that are added into the processing of it. Yeah. It's actually fortified with iron and things like that we actually need, that as South Africans we normally have a lack of.
There's been a dramatic increase in heart attacks.
Yeah.
What leads to that? I know we eat a lot of meat. We are a meat-eating country. We celebrate the most common businesses that people open, That already tells you how much meat we eat. Is that a problem?
Yeah, so it's just the overall lifestyle that we live, whereby we are high consumers of alcohol. We literally live on alcohol.
So it's alcohol, pap, and meat.
It's alcohol, it's the diet, and then it's a decreased physical activity where we don't even prioritize ensuring that we put in that 30 to 40 minutes at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So that eventually becomes a burden for our heart.
You know, those that are watching this will think, Nganyano or Jaja, we are having a good time.
Not even.
Is it true the phrase that says if it's nice, chances are there it's bad for you?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. No, funny enough, I was in Egypt this past week for a summit around cardiometabolic, and one of the doctors said that, and that's when I was like, doctors need to be more educated than anything.
You see why I praise that?
He said his argument was like, I always tell my patient, if it's nice, leave it out, cut it out. That means it's not good for you. And I'm like, no, I'm in the business of actually educating people that healthy food can be delicious and you can enjoy it. If you go onto my page, there's a million things that I've shared where I'm just like, this is healthy, but it still tastes good.
Yes.
Because food is meant to be enjoyed. It's not supposed to be a punishment. It's not supposed to nourish you, and you're supposed to enjoy it. So no.
But we have. Am I correct in saying that we have a misconception of healthy food?
Yes.
We see it as 1, expensive, 2, not particularly tasty.
Yeah.
Is that observation correct?
Yes, that observation is correct. And it comes from us adapting the Western diet as a superior diet to our cultural diet. And then the Western diet will expose us to foods that we're not familiar with. Woody asparagus, woody broccoli, woody salmon, those become expensive and those don't taste as nice as
our palate.
Because those are not things that we grew up with, and that's where the misconception comes in. Because instead of, if we are looking for like a high omega-3 source, like a good fish base, instead of salmon, pilchards will offer you the same type of nutritional quality and cheaper. And this is something that we grew up with. Yeah. So those are just the small things to say, no. It's our perception. And look, I understand it because the field of nutrition and dietetics has always been occupied by more white females. And as a result, they will educate more based on what they know culturally. Yeah.
Is there I imagine the answer is yes. There's still a lot of room for academic research on the type of food that we eat and should be eating that are not found in these big journals. Is there room for that? No,
there is room. There is room for that, and it's going to require us as the blacks in the space, especially to push for such research around this area. Like I said, from the summit that I came from, we were with specialists, endocrinologists, you name them, they were all there. And there was this one doctor, Dr. Witimela, who is just really keen to push this thing of South Africans eating more of their cultural foods, because that is where the nutrients lie.
Yeah, and she knows it.
And she knows it to be like our food, our cultural foods give us so much healing and so much nutrition. Yeah. So it really will require us as black professionals to stand up and to say, look, it's okay if you can't afford asparagus, if you
because
telele, whatever you grew up with.
That's the option.
Yeah.
And we get it wrong from a child who grows up with all the wrong food, all the Western interpretation of nutrition, of Kellogg's and what is that thing, noodles that you spoke of, and that becomes habit.
Yes.
Because I know of kids who eat nothing else but
those things,
noodles with tomato sauce.
Yes, and it's also our fault as parents because we're not exposing them to anything but that. I've made it a point now in my household where I'm like, every meal there needs to be a traditional item. My kids eat mashonja. My kids eat morodu. Like I cooked morodu the other day. The only thing I don't like about morodu is the smell that comes with the cooking. But otherwise, once it's cooked, they're like
part of it.
We are there. So I've gone out of my way. Morogo, you name it. Sogam pap. They're now used to seeing it on the table. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're used to seeing it on the table.
It's nothing unusual.
No.
No.
And they don't, what's this and what? No, because I've made it a point to educate them. No, what's the thing Mommy said? No. My kids get excited when I cook mopani worms.
Yeah. My favorites. Yeah. I love them.
High in protein, high in fiber, the best source of protein.
Not easy to find.
Yeah, I've found shops where I find them. Yeah.
So you know where to go.
I know where to go because they are part and parcel of our diet.
Even if they're dried, you still find that they carry all the nutrition.
Yes, because drying is a form of preservation.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a form of natural preservation.
What else do we get wrong? We spoke about pap. Because I want us to peel off the layers of our problem that we undermine. You said alcohol consumption is clearly part of our biggest problem.
It is.
And pap in high consumption.
In high consumption without balancing it with the veggies on the plate and ensure. So if you're having pap, the plate must still look healthy because pap is a carb. It's a source of energy. We need carbohydrates. But the problem is that when we pile it up, it becomes too much and whatever the body doesn't use gets converted into fat.
Yes. Yeah. Here's another one. We enjoy it. We love it. Businesses are made from this thing.
Yeah.
And it has layers and layers.
Yeah.
They name them Kadi celebrity.
Yeah, even a different type of cars. I know Mini Cooper. Yeah.
Because I know a shop that in Pretoria where they name them Kabo Bonang, Lebo Peltus. So you know which one it is. That tells you that it's culture. It's part of who we are. There are people who only live on that.
Is it part of who we are or have we made it?
It has become part
I think we've made it into who we are, but not necessarily who we are.
It has become who?
Yeah, honestly, it has become who we are. And if you look at everything that goes into a kota, I don't think there's something where maybe like the cheese that they'll put in like, okay, here's a manana, dairy shiwe. But already it's white bread. White bread is low in fiber. Then chips deep fried, so those are high in saturated fats. Then it's processed meat, same thing, high in saturated.
That's your Russians and
yes. Polony is high in saturated fats, and then cheese maybe like an egg, depending on which level.
Yes,
which level.
Yes. So that's when it gets a little better. That egg.
And then the other things that once you eat the kota, have you felt that full, that you get full for so long because it's the fat. It takes much longer to digest the fat and things like that. Remember when I was working in Edenvale Hospital, the common cases are constipation. You'd find that there's a high intake of that. And then they lead to the piles and things like that. Because those are things that we need to take into consideration, that the foods that we eat will have short-term and long-term effects. Short-term will be the constipation, the piles that we are seeing, etc. But the long-term, because of all the cholesterol that you're consuming, eventually a high cholesterol, a high blood pressure, weight gain, because that thing is energy dense.
Yeah.
Because
and you don't use that energy.
How many meals can you take out from that one kota? Because
many.
How many slices of bread can you cut?
It's huge.
Yeah. So you see, those are things that we need to take into consideration to say, does my body need all of this energy that I'm putting into it?
My mind needs it. My taste, my palate needs it. My mouth needs it. We'll deal with the body later.
Yeah. So that's the thing that we
nice.
We always postpone dealing with the body until the body catches up with us.
And it does, ne?
It does. We are built in such a way our body is unforgiving.
Sure.
And the older you get, the more unforgiving it becomes.
However, we have organs that can get full recovery.
Yes. There is
from years of abuse.
Yeah, there is that.
See, this is me trying to justify.
Yes, your liver, but there are some organs like your heart that are critical. You only have one heart.
Yeah.
And once you pump it with all that fat and cholesterol and it starts to suffer, your quality of life decreases. Have you seen what in the morning it's already like something, you don't want to become that.
And we do go through that.
Yes. And once you have one condition, they never roam alone. That's why they're called the cardiometabolic. One, obesity will just never exist on its own without eventually bringing on diabetes, high blood pressure, and then the heart complications.
You can't just be one and that's it.
Yeah.
You solve this, they all go away.
Yeah.
Is obesity regarded as a sickness?
Yes. So was it last year? I think last year it was defined. Now it's seen. WHO defines it as a chronic condition. So just like a chronic, because the danger of diabetes and the ripple effect of it. That's why it's a chronic condition. There's actually now treatment for diabetes because that's how chronic it is.
Is this new medication?
The GLP-1 it's not dodgy. If you're going to a doctor and you're going through the correct,
it shouldn't be dodgy.
It shouldn't be dodgy. So the dodgy comes in now when the scripts are being circulated via the WhatsApp. There's back doors and things like that because now you're taking in counterfeit. Then that's where the danger comes in. But diabetes is a chronic condition, and
obesity is a chronic.
Obesity, and it opens up the door for many other things. Because now the organs. Remember, your body, your frame was built like that to cater for a certain weight. Mm-hmm. The heavier it becomes, the more fat you will get also around your abdomen, and then the visceral fat then also envelopes the organs, and the organs don't work as well as they used to, and that's when things start going down.
And I hear the chemical makeup of visceral fat is different from other types of fat.
Yes.
So already you're dealing with an organoid body. So you've created a new organ.
You're dealing with just a demon that is, and the older you get, the more difficult it becomes to actually lose this visceral fat.
But we do face a cultural misunderstanding that says, those are
the things that we need to unlearn. So those are things that we're actually having with this discussion, because now it was healthcare practitioners, not just from South Africa, but all over Africa. This was like an Africa cardiometabolic summit. And those are some of the things that we were sharing to say culturally in South Africa, especially when a woman is married. The more weight you gain, the happier you look, your marriage is treating you well and things like that.
Even the husband, same thing.
Yes, same thing. No, nothing else but malwechi. That's the truth.
So the slimmer and skinnier he is.
And the misconception is that when you own a limb and then you lose it, it means that things are not going well, you're losing your money, or there's HIV. Like you see those stereotyping of things. But that's actually you going towards your healthier self.
That's why I say there's so much academic work that's needed in that world.
Yes.
Because there's those cultural beliefs, they are entrenched, let me tell you.
Definitely.
Because they demonstrate wealth, they demonstrate opulence, they demonstrate a good life. Indoda we born a very you see, the word ukcheba already sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like there's something good happening there. Yeah.
And then Lunala, the dietitian.
No.
That's wrong.
The truth is, when we break it down, when we check your high blood pressure, your sugars, your cholesterol, we'll find something. It can be a danger. And we need to get comfortable with talking about it. Weight issues, obesity.
Are we uncomfortable?
Yes, we are.
Describe us in that regard.
Yes.
I didn't know we were uncomfortable talking about weight gain.
I think, look, weight is a personal thing. And it's uncomfortable because the moment I'm told maybe I've gained weight or I'm not doing well, it's almost like I've let myself down. Okay. I'm not doing good enough for myself.
Pause.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I pause. We'll go back to it.
Yeah.
The minute I'm overweight, I'm letting myself down.
Yeah.
But equally, in that same sentence exists one that says, I am doing well.
Yeah.
Others see me as doing well. Already there's a strong contradiction.
And I think society, maybe back in the days, people wanted to create a positive spin on weight gain.
Do you think that's the
and maybe that's where it comes from, because it's such an emotional. Have you realized when you used to be a size 28 and now you look at yourself, you're at 38, you can't even recognize who is this person that's looking at you. Yeah.
So you're saying...
And you become less confident, but you need to be big, bold, as if you are comfortable in this body.
That contradiction for me is quite...
Weight is such a psychological thing. It's really... It hits the mind a lot.
Wait, you don't go to sleep today, only size 28.
Yeah.
And wake up tomorrow, only size 38.
No.
It doesn't happen that way.
No.
Unless that's the condition.
Yes.
Why is it that we are not able to arrest it while we are seeing it?
Because
it doesn't approach you slowly.
Life gets in the way and we make excuses.
Okay.
And we always postpone that. I'll get to it. I'll deal with it.
Like I'm saying.
I'll start running. I'll start going to the gym. I'll start eating healthy. I'll start. We focus on the current goals of what you achieve in terms of family, financials, and things like that. Well, weight becomes an afterthought, forgetting that this body needs to carry you
through these ambitions.
And if you don't look after this body right now, you are limiting how far you'll go to actually executing these ambitions. Yeah.
Sure, we get it wrong, eh?
No, we do.
Why is it that we think... Do we think weight will solve itself?
That's another thing. We think it just how I gained weight, eventually it will go away. I will close my eyes and...
I'll wake up one morning.
Poof, it's gone.
It'll be gone.
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't work that
because it's a lot of... Look, gaining weight
is easy.
And you can gain weight without even realizing what you were doing wrong.
That's true.
Then now when you have to take accountability, now you have to face yourself and the truth. And we're not very good at facing ourselves. It can be in whatever space. It can be in a workspace where there was a confrontation or something happened. To sit down with yourself to say, but I could have handled this better. It takes a big human being to actually be able to sit down and be like,
I'm wrong.
I'm wrong. And even with the weight thing.
We don't face it. We don't face ourselves.
No.
Sure, man.
No, because it you feel like you've let yourself down. And you never want to feel like you've let yourself down.
So what do we do then? We ignore it.
We ignore it and then we continue with life.
You realize that...
When the clothes don't fit, we'll just... now we're making more money. We'll go buy a bigger size.
But in that moment, you realize there's a problem.
Yeah.
But then we close our eyes and our ears to it and we carry on.
Yes.
You realize that there's a big psychological reality there more than just the food.
Yes.
Because food is also a solution to some of our problems.
It is.
We go there because we forget.
We are adults who haven't healed from whatever traumas that we've had, we don't heal from them. And once you start making money can help to silence the trauma because you're able to get things that you weren't able to get. Go to places, eat what you want whenever you want to.
Amen.
And that makes you feel like you're a bigger, better, new human being.
Yeah, the motorbike guy will just arrive.
Yes.
And solve all your problems.
Yes. And this is us running away really from facing our traumas and things that we haven't healed from. So you need to take into consideration the full human being when we're talking about weight gain, obesity, and all these lifestyle conditions. It's just not.
When you were studying, do they bring psychology as part of it?
Yes, there is. We do psychology as part of it.
Yeah. Clear, it's obvious it's needed in the room.
Yes.
Because decisions are made. Your fridge calls you.
Yeah.
Your fridge has a voice in the middle of the night at 12. It says, when do you visit me?
Yes.
And you saw it like an hour ago.
Yes.
Let's talk about when we eat.
Yeah.
What's wrong with our habits? What have you observed?
Sure, we eat throughout and we don't even... Our mind is not present. We don't practice conscious eating when we eat.
Okay.
So because when the mind is present, you eat based on the senses. When you are full, you're full. But because...
that is an obvious feat.
Yes. You'll engage with satiety. But most of the time, we'll have meals while working and doing whatever that if a person asked you, what did you have for lunch? won't even be able to recall what you had for lunch.
Because it was a snack.
And also you're eating all absent mind. Your mind was not even on the food. The taste, you're not even savoring the taste. As a result, after eating that, it won't even click that you've eaten, you're full, we're satisfied. You move on to whatever snack, whatever something you can grab.
Because the eating itself was not, you were not conscious.
Your mind was not conscious.
So if you were, like you said, if you were to be asked, there's a great possibility you don't even remember what you did.
No. And that's why we practice a lot, because we want to multitask. We have deadlines where they're saying this is due by 12 o'clock. So as a result, you're like, look, I'm not even going to take tea, lunch, anything. I'm working on this. So as you are working, there you are.
Yes, there's a...
You even if you won't even recall, did you have 4 or 5 or...
1?
Yeah.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
Sure. What is that called?
Food becomes like a form of an escape, a therapy for us. It's an escape.
Then how do we solve? Because we got into this discussion talking about when do we eat?
Yeah.
When do we solve this subconscious eating?
So
or absent-mindedness?
Being present.
So that means I have to make time.
You have to make time.
That means I have to stop everything else I'm doing.
Yeah.
And look at this food.
And okay, these portions are good enough for me. I'll be good. And then we eat slowly, just taking it in. And then when you are full, you're like, no, okay, coach. Because the moment you start to slowly eat more than what your body requires, that's when we start to gain the weight.
Sure. This is the most common way of eating.
Yeah.
And let me tell you where. Because consciousness is different now. We have phones that we are forever observing.
Yeah.
And then you're doing this thing while you're doing this.
Yes.
So this is drawing a lot of your attention.
Then next thing, a packet of chips is gone.
A big one.
Yeah.
Not the small one,
Yeah.
a big one.
So that's another thing that I've done now in my family. Dinners are family time. 7 o'clock, table is set. The food is there. There is no phones. We also get to bond as a family. But also at the same time, my kids are able to pick, and even if they say, "Oh, no, we're gonna try it out," and things like that.
It's new, but
and you plate it, and what you've plated, it means that you know that you can finish it. This is not me plating for you. This is you've plated for yourself, and we sit and we enjoy the meals.
I saw a certain experiment where they put food on the table for one group, and then for a different group they put food in a different room. Where you have to walk to the food, utsole, and then come back to eat.
Yes.
They noticed that those who have food in front of them ate more.
Yeah, because it's just there.
It's just here.
Yeah.
It's the convenience of
it's nearby.
Exactly.
So I'll just
keep getting. And those who had to go and fetch
it's mereko now.
You see?
Yes.
And that's
but also the mind gets, because now when you're walking, it's a physical activity. So now your mind will be processing. Yeah.
Here, that's one. Another experiment where they showed people who were eating, what was that? We spoke about it. We made reference to something similar. Oh, subconscious eating.
Yes.
In front of a TV.
Yeah.
And those who eat dinner table.
Yes.
And that's what probably made me remember that. Or those who eat around the dinner table, their intake was way less compared to those who ate in front of the television or the phone.
Because that doesn't click. Your main focus is on whatever the moving picture, whatever it is.
Not this.
Not the food.
Those are our habits.
Yes. So that's why I'm really into, with my kids, I want to correct it. There's no phones, there's no nothing, and something tragic, some sort of cultural food is always there present at the table.
Again, when we eat, when should we be eating? We were told morning, lunch, and supper. Time is almost similar. It's around 8, 9, depending. Small differences. Does it matter the exact time?
I know there's a lot of debate.
We'll talk about how many times.
Yes.
Before we get there, let's talk about the time.
Yes, I know there's like a lot of debate around this time versus this time and this time. But look, there's not much of a difference around the times. It is mainly the portions, unless you're like diabetic and you need to be eating every 3 hours, because then glucose control, that's what you don't have. So what you do is that you'll split the meals into smaller meals and you eat every 3 hours, every 2 to 3 hours and things like that. Great. Mm-hmm. Where there is a management issue in terms of glucose, okay, that's fine. But the only thing with eating too late is that you don't allow your body the time to actually start digesting this food.
Too late as in just before you sleep.
Just before bedtime.
Yes.
Because then you're going to experience reflux issues. There'll be the bloat, there'll be the discomfort, because now the food is still moving to make its way to that. So now when you're leaving around 2 to 3 hours, you allow the food to have moved a bit along and then the digestion has started.
We are smack in the middle of a World Cup. We eat at 1.
I know, right?
We are smack in the middle. I was watching a game last night. I was falling asleep. And the game was so exciting, Cabo Verde or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they were so exciting. Mm. I wanted to watch the second half. Yeah. So I went to the fridge. Yeah. Because I needed the fridge to keep me up. Mm-hmm. And that's already a problem.
Yeah. Look, it depends on what you're taking from the fridge.
Of course.
And we know that also it's short term. The World Cup, it shouldn't become a habit.
You don't want me to get out of the World Cup, Kenale flabs now. And my body has changed. It's a month. A month is a long time.
A month can result in some weight gain. So that's a conscious thing to say. Instead of taking biscuits, I'll just grab an apple. Discipline. Discipline is key. When it comes to the more you look after your body, the longer it can take you.
Okay, how many times we eat? That's also a factor.
Yeah, so it's the main meals. The main meals are your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, with some snacks in between, because the snacks help us to also ensure that we meet all the other nutritional requirements that our body needs. Because then snacks will include things like your fruits, some nuts, some.
If you're doing the right snacks.
If you're doing the right snacks, the problem is that we are not snacking according to what our body needs, but more according to cravings, and those can be high sugars, high fats, and things like that. So the ideal is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then with just some in-between snacks.
We've been exposed to a lot of these you eat 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day.
The dieting sensations and things like that.
They come in all shapes and sizes.
Intermittent fasting, things like that.
1 meal a day. Yeah. You group all your meals within 8 hours. All of that stuff. That's what we're exposed to now. Surely in your world, that type of stuff comes to your table to say, what do we deal with now? And you'll find a soccer player saying, oh, I'm doing this.
That's why the one thing I miss about not doing private practice and seeing patients, that you'll be exposed to all these different crazy diets, but social media is there for that. And even the soccer players, there are some things where you're like, where did you get that? They're like, personal trainer said I'm like, they are not a nutrition aspect. Let's rewind.
They are just the guy who's making you
let's rewind it. Because that's the thing, is that we're looking for quick solutions to the long-term problem that brought us here. So whatever I've seen, whoever said this works, I'm jumping onto that bandwagon, because again, I'm now bigger than I'm used to. I'm not comfortable with myself. I just want to solve this thing and go back to the Rea that I know. Yeah. And if this person said this worked for them within 2 months, great.
I'm doing it. And you don't even know that 2 months. No. It's not 2 months. No. The entire year of starving.
There's even crazy things where they'll even put in braces and then tie it.
You know that.
I know that because social media is there. And I'm like, okay, we're extreme.
And then they drink
by the straws and stuff.
Yes.
That tells you what a big thing weight is.
It is, Excuse the pun.
Yeah, it is.
So the number of times, because you'll hear those that'll say you're spiking your insulin when you eat at this time. Don't eat. Does that matter?
Look, I said, like, if you don't have, if the worry is not glucose control, then it's neither here nor there. The body doesn't know that it's sun is outside midnight. And things like that. Look, spiking is just a matter of just ensuring that you don't have big portions, you don't split the meals too far. You find that with intermittent fasting, something like where you are you eat, or the first meal is like at 12 and things like that. When you start to have big gaps between the meals, that's when you increase the chances of spiking, because you're going to come from such a low sugar, and then when you eat up, now it will go up. So those are things that we just need to be cognizant of.
You keep slotting it in conversation, activity, body, not just sitting. Mm-hmm. You can enjoy all your meals as long as you do something. You burn those calories. Tell us why that matters so much, and yet we miss it so much.
And the physical activity is not just for the benefit of burning. Okay. It's also good for the heart, because that is the way, when you are breathing in and the blood is flowing and things like that, that is when your heart gets to get the exercise and strengthens your heart. Also for mental wellness. Yeah. When you are exercising and those endorphins are flowing, you just feel like I can do anything.
Feel good.
So exercising is just not beneficial for getting your body goals, but for your heart and for mental wellness.
If body goals are a thing, then do that. Yeah. You're still solving the bigger problem.
You are still attracting more positives than just the body goal. Yeah.
Plates and scales.
Yeah.
What was that, or what is that? Does it still exist?
It's 10 years. We're turning 10 years.
Yes, I know. It started in 2016.
Yes. So plates and scales, when I started as a dietitian student, I was like, look, the common thing when I do practicals is that, because we used to do practicals, go about Tshwane, Steve B. Ratong Hospital, and things like that. Yes. And one of the main things that patients will always say is that when they are not in their homes and they're at events or they're in meetings and whatever, they always struggle to
I'm at a funeral.
They struggle to find food that is catered for whatever condition that they have. And I really wanted to take my love for food, good food, and merge that to say, you know what? We will be that catering company that is able to cater. If the person says I'm diabetic, if a person says I'm vegetarian, if a person says I have high blood pressure, if a person says I have a family member that has cancer and is whatever, and I just need nutritional meals, we will be the company that understands those nutritional needs and we're able to cater for them.
How does it work in practice? Two things matter in my head right now. Mm-hmm. Is there a big enough market for a business like yours? Because we can just call Sistoli, who can whip out a nice chicken curry and we all eat and we are happy.
Yeah.
So is there an audience? Should be, but is there an audience for your type of service?
Look, luckily, when we started, people liked the idea and they understood. We will take any simple meal and prep it in such a way where you will get some benefit out, even if it's like your standard catering, because we also do a lot of catering in the film industry, corporates and things like that. So veggies and things, there will be always a broad selection, because that is, if we are saying that people must eat healthy, we need to ensure that they have enough of those on their plate.
So you're conscious of the preparation, the type of preparation, irrespective of the needs or the wants of the client. Yeah. You'll say, we'll prepare it in the healthiest possible way
as possible. We don't even communicate it to the client.
Yeah.
The client will be
nice.
The client will be like, whoa, this was prepped so good. And we're like, no, look, we do this, we do that when we cater and we prepare our foods. So my team is very well aware of the do's and the don'ts, limiting the oil, limiting the spices and things like that.
Do you because part of catering businesses is menu development and all of that. Yeah. Is that a part of what you do?
Yes.
Yeah. And how much of that matters? Because developing menu is not easy.
It takes forever. And the menu needs to suit whatever the occasion is. I always get clients where they'll come to us and they already have a menu in place.
Of course.
And we're like, okay, but let's go back to what is this event for?
Okay, that too.
And then now when they take you, you're like, oh, well, such a menu will not really work for such an event. Can we look at these other options? So then we'll sit down and we'll put together menus for them.
Jeez, because we have things we've seen somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant I went to and I like that thing.
Yeah.
So do you get those type of inquiries where...
Yeah, some people will send us pictures and say this is the inspiration and things like that. And if it looks like it's something that we are comfortable with, there's not deep frying, there's no unhealthy looking, whatever, we'll do it.
What's wrong with deep frying?
Because those are the fats. It's high in fat.
You don't deep fry?
We don't like deep frying because have you seen when let's say you're making magwenya at home, the pot will start like this.
The pot
of oil. Then by the time you're done, it's almost.
So that means all of it is in.
All of it. You must just do the math to say, okay, I started with 2 liters of oil. Now there's 1 liter. So you must just say 20 divided by the 1 liter. Then you'll know how much.
If you were to squeeze the.
You will get.
You would refill
you can
it.
Fry.
You'd refill it again.
Yeah.
So deep frying.
So those are things that we.
You do realize deep frying is common.
Yeah.
It's probably the most common fast food way of eating. So what's wrong with you?
No,
surely you can find ways around.
We really try to limit. Oven baking is one of the best alternatives.
Has what is this thing? This thing that we use.
Air fryer.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm big when I'm counseling people and I'm advising people. I'm big that every household should have an air fryer.
Yeah,
it's if you're looking for convenience, there it is. You can put a meal in to cook while you are busy.
That's true.
Getting the kids ready and things like that. And at the end of the day, there's no fat in it. So I'm big, and you can do multiple things in the air fryer.
Are we slow to adapt? Remember,
if something is not trending, we don't get on the bandwagon.
Clearly, air fryer is trending somewhere.
Yeah, no. Right now, air fryer is a big thing. It's a trending thing, and I'm glad that it's a healthy thing that's trending. It's getting us to our better selves. Like the High Rocks, I'm glad the High Rocks is trending.
What is that?
That exercising, challenging thing where they do sets.
Fitness
things.
Okay,
yes, I love that because that is getting.
It was a positive trend.
Yes, comrades.
When hiking was trending.
Yes,
great. Let's all hike.
Comrades, it's getting us closer to our healthier selves. So when good, healthy things are trending, I'm like, yes,
let's keep going.
Let's go.
Jeez, man, we seem so far away. But remember. One thing I've learned, because this podcast ended up on SABC2, and there were people who were discovering it for the first time. Yet I'd been doing it for 6 years. I realized, and it's something that I've always known, but it hit me harder and clearer when it went to TV, mainstream TV. And I realized how the two worlds are so different.
Yes.
There's the world of things that trend, and the world of the word trend doesn't even exist.
No.
They don't even know what that means.
No.
And that world has more people than the world of things that trend.
Trendy, yeah.
What did you experience, particularly when you were at having to go to academic school, academic hospitals and all of that? Because you're likely to be dealing with those that are on trend because they don't have medical aids and all of that.
Yeah.
So, and those are where the problems are.
Yeah.
I guess the problems are everywhere, but those are where the problems are. What was your experience with the ordinary South African, Mam Sistoli?
The ordinary South African
who loves magwenya every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning, standard, they will stop at a queue and ojadi kuku because when they say kuku ka plastic nyana, all of that entire experience.
So the ordinary South African, one thing I've seen is that we are stubborn to change our ways. When something is working for us, we don't understand why should we be changing this. And even if it's like a matter of life and death, it's almost like, but and look, the BP may be sky. I remember, I think it was 3rd year, I had a case of a security guard whose blood pressure was just not going down, like 200 and something over 100 and something. And
that's crazy.
When we did the dietary intake, we realized that this guy consumed most probably around 4 energy drinks per day.
You remember that number I gave you?
And it was from that.
And it was habit.
And it was habit to a point now he's in hospital. You don't have easy access to it. So he would get family members to bring it in for him. And you're just like, do you realize that you can just drop dead and die now from this high blood pressure? That's how bad it is.
So these things that we eat, we drink, because those have become part of us, eh? The energy drink.
Yeah.
And they come in shapes and sizes and colors.
They'll even say vitamin C, whatever. Like marketing is a thing. So if you can package something and sell it in such a way that people feel like they'll benefit, also at the end of the day, they're on it.
Hey, man, we are in trouble here.
Yeah. So manufacturers, and they're chasing profits.
Let's talk about those who regulate manufacturers. we see sugar tax and all of that. Are we doing enough?
No, we're not.
Considering how bad the problem is.
No, we're not, because I can read food labels and I can interpret how much is in something because that's what I studied.
Exactly.
But the average South African will just pick up something based on the price and the taste.
Or those who can afford
Yes.
the branding, the tag, the sugar-free, organic.
Yes. Without being able to thoroughly understand how much this thing actually has and the impact it will have on their body. So we're not doing enough in terms of that.
So those who are supposed to police these people could do better.
We could actually do better in getting our nation to become healthy. There should be big warnings to say high in sugar, high in salt, high in whatever. I know there's a big spice brand that positions itself as a healthy alternative. The amount of salt in that spice brand.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I like that spice.
Yeah, it's high in salt.
I like that spice.
It really is high in
Let's
salt.
not talk about them.
It's not good for you. No, I promise you. And those are the examples.
I can't cook, ne?
So when you like spices and things, ne? If you look at the salt at the ingredient list at the back, the first ingredient on there
sodium
is the one that is there in the highest quantity.
Oh, they put them in rank.
Yes.
High.
Let's say it's a lemon and herb seasoning.
Yes.
The lemon and herbs will eventually feature there at the back.
The actual
but
lemon.
The first thing will be salt. Even if you can just on a plate where there's direct sunlight and you just pour it, you realize that all you see is salt coated in whatever flavoring it is supposed to be. So that one, yeah, those are examples.
2 items, that we consume. Mm-hmm. Because they're nice.
Yeah.
Salt and sugar.
Mm-hmm. They're too dangerous.
And they come in various shapes and sizes.
Hidden. We also call them the hidden ones because salt and sugar are hidden so many items that if I was to say to you, okay, how many teaspoons of sugar do you consume a day, David? You are going to just think of the one that you add in there. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.
Yes.
And I'm conscious.
But then if we do your 24-hour dietary intake, and then now you start to tell me about the bread and the jam that you had in there, the biscuits.
Let's do this exercise. Let's do the best we can.
Yeah.
I don't eat in the morning.
Okay.
That habit is never formed.
Okay.
But I have this.
Okay.
I have 1. Mm-hmm. 1 cup. Sometimes I would have 2, but it depends on what's going on in my life on that day. So that's 1. I consider it 1.
Okay.
Unless you say there's something else in there, it's just coffee and milk. Mm-hmm. Surely there's something wrong with milk. It can't be 100%.
No, there's nothing wrong with milk. I think that the milk agenda has made people to think that there must be something wrong with milk. There's nothing wrong with milk. Give us the dairy, vitamin D, vitamin C. We get nutrients from dairy.
Okay, all right. Because my logic is it's meant for cows.
There's no saturated fat. There's nothing added. It's just it's minimally processed. If you want something that's minimally processed, milk.
My logic is it's meant for cows, not humans. It's any guy, but it's fine.
No, that gives us the nutrients that we
okay, then it's that. Mm-hmm. I have a new habit, which is new. Now when I'm on the show, I would want something to snack. It keeps me going, I guess. And I'm likely to have a toast.
Okay.
A toast of, these toasted sandwiches of whatever that's there, mince and cheese and those types. And I'm likely to have a drink, a sugary drink.
Okay, what is a sugary drink?
Oh, healthy juice, man.
Okay.
I don't know how many. We can estimate 5 or 6 teaspoons in there.
Yeah, no, it is actually around 6.
Because those are nice.
And it is actually around 6 teaspoons of sugar.
So I'm already on 7.
Yeah.
And it's possible that in the mince and cheese I'm having, there's some sugar because of the sauces that I use.
Oh, yes, definitely. Because cooking then So we'll say maybe we can account for just like maybe like a teaspoonish between the sauces and the bread. We'll say maybe just about a teaspoon.
So I'm already on give or take 8 or 9 by lunchtime. Yeah. That's the only meal I'll have until dinner. And dinner depends on what they prepare at home.
Yeah.
However, fairly conscious and there's likely to be another juice there. So another how many? 5 or 6?
Yeah.
So by the time I'm done per day,
it's about 15-ish at least.
Is that bad?
Yeah, that is.
Come on, 15.
Do you burn? Do you do enough to burn 50? And
No.
And we're just only talking about the sugar. We haven't taken into consideration all the other items
Like?
that. I mean, the bread also has calories.
Oh yeah, of course.
So we must take
in the pub in the meal at night.
The full diet. So or maybe like a quarter from that 15, maybe like a quarter of your daily energy requirement is just coming from sugar.
And it's possible I'll have another coffee after, like I just did now.
Yeah. So those we speak about the hidden sugars, the sugars that you have indirectly without physically pouring them into whatever.
The ones that are just there.
Manufactured naturally, like fruit juice has fructose, which is a natural sugar, but it's still a sugar at the end of the day.
How would you advise someone with my dietary habit that I just described? What can I replace to try to improve?
I think that the lowest hanging fruit is the fruit juice. Yeah,
that's always the problem.
Is the fruit juice.
Remove that.
Drink water.
Water
is life. You need your body. You're 70 as a human being. You're 70% water.
Yeah, it's fine.
That tells you that no, we need to replenish the source.
I'm not.
We need to replenish.
I drink a lot of water when I'm doing the show because I'm avoiding a cough. But besides that.
No, water is good. I people say that water tastes ugly. I'm like, which taste buds were you born with?
I wouldn't say taste ugly. I would say boring taste.
But just remember
There's nothing exciting.
Water supports so many things in your body. Even your immune system. In order for the immune system, for things to move around in your body, for nutrients to move, you need water. Constipation, you need water. So there's so many things where you're like, okay, water is key. Water, that's why they say water is life.
Can I say something that is probably dumb, but yet it's on someone's mind? Mm-hmm. I'm replacing water with coffee.
No, we need it in its purest form because now coffee, you're also going to add other things. We need water in its purest form is the best.
Mari.
No. No, because there's also the caffeine. Are you gonna take 2 liters of coffee a day?
I'm replacing water with beer.
No. And that makes you dehydrated. Beer makes you dehydrated.
Yeah.
Water, coffee.
Feels nice.
Yeah. So, but no, it's not doing what it's supposed to do.
Are you one of those people that we love to hate because what you tell us is important, but we don't like what we hear?
Because we don't want to face ourselves that we're not doing something that we should be doing.
Let's talk about your how do you get involved with my favorite team?
That story is a manifestation when you manifest things.
Okay, take the manifestation.
So I'm also like so my sister-in-law was a former Mamelodi Sundowns. Can't remember which year, but
who's that?
Yeah,
which Miss Mamelodi Sundowns?
Matala Mokoko. She was like
I don't really remember Joan Ramoko. She was somebody.
No, she was a former Miss Mamelodi Sundowns, and as a result, then we had like close. Would attend the matches and things like that, and I became familiar with the marketing ladies, Daisy Angel at the time.
So
Daisy's still there.
That's some time ago.
Yes. And I remember this one time we're doing, in my 4th year, we're doing a community project.
Okay.
Nekileko Mamelodi. Working there on Zamaya at one of the clinics. And I remember saying, look, we're going to be cooking for the old ladies and things like that. It's a part of a community project. And I called Daisy and I'm like, would you be keen to bring some players just to be a fun day and things like that? And look, Daisy came through with the players.
Wow.
And since then, that club has just always had my heart.
Wow.
It has always had my heart. And they're ambitious. They're go-getters. They remind me of myself.
Yes.
That it's the best or nothing there. And
I've since we've learned.
Yeah. and literally I've always been a yellow girl. I mean, I've pictures.
Look at you even now.
Yeah. Always been a yellow girl, and that how it eventually manifests. I remember I said to God, when I'm done chasing the other dreams of becoming, because there are not many dietitians in the food space, in the food service space. That's what I do in the catering company.
Okay.
And as a result of that, I gained attraction of brands who'd want me to create recipes, do videos for them and things like that. And I remember when I said to God, when the time is right, the one space that I'd like to tap into is football. And the team is Sundowns. I don't know, but over to you, God.
Yeah, figure it out.
I'll be doing my own thing. it will find me. So I was doing food styling for the Reabetjoe with Casper Nyovest.
Okay.
Yes, because amongst other things, I also do food styling, many developments. So I was doing the menu for that show and the food styling, and I'd always be on set interacting with cats and the guests and just guiding them in terms of the preparation and things like that. And the one time, Coach Rulani was the guest.
Look at that.
On that show. So I wear branded chef jackets written Rea-TheCookingDietitian because that's what I decided to call myself when I came.
It's your brand.
It's my brand.
Yes.
And we just started to chat, and he was telling me the way the nutrition space at the club is not where he wants it to be. And he just really wants somebody like me on board to bring it up to that level.
On the day, what sold him to you? What sold you to him at the time? What did he see?
I'm sure he just saw this go-getter who was just confident, who knew what she was doing. Because look, when you throw me into, when I'm in projects, I give 150%.
Yeah.
And I think that's the passion and the dedication must have come across to him. And he asked me if I'd be keen, and I was like, "Are you even asking? This is like,
it's like only if you knew.
Only if you knew. This was like already 2021.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned about the football space is that things take time before they actually come to fruition. And when the season I was supposed to join him is when he left.
Oh no!
But luckily, before he left,
because he left right before the beginning of the new season. Actually, at the end of a season.
Yes, just before pre-season. So, funny enough, before he left,
that heartbreak. That was
it was so he had introduced me to the former head of performance who's just left, Matej Zangerberg.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like, Rea, I'm too busy. This is the person that you need to meet with, is who you're going to be working under.
Yeah.
So...
And this introduction happens while he's still there.
While he's still there. When they're busy traveling and they're everywhere and they're doing whatever.
Chasing another star.
Yes. So eventually Matej and I meet, and Matej was just told to be like, look, Rulani was right about you. You are just the person that we need on the team and things like that.
What did they express as their need?
So their need was somebody who's just not going to be just a dietitian focused on the nutritional needs of the players, but also getting the kitchen in order.
Okay.
Because they have a kitchen on the premises.
Yes.
And that's the one thing they were like, even if we supplement and do whatever, the kitchen needs to be the core of the nutrition. Gotcha. And I'm a dietitian who's a chef who has a catering company. So I fit a unique profile that they were looking for. Yeah. And that's how the talk started. And it took over a year of talks. 1 minute is on, 1 minute is... Look, I eventually was like, oh God, when the time
is right,
I will find myself there.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to carry on with my life. I remember, because I have a catering company, I have big numbers and things like that. Luckily, I ran a business with somebody who helps me, who knows me. So my business partner, Lutendo, then I started to slowly hand over the reins in preparation of this possible shift,
Didn't you at the time think this possible shift could disrupt the business?
No, I trust God.
Okay.
I trust God.
I trust God, however, I don't trust his scheduling.
No, I trust God's scheduling and everything of his, to an extent where there are days where I will mistakenly double, because Lou also runs my life. I will mistakenly agree to meetings, and then when I tell her, she's like, "Ma'am, do you realize that you have whatever what time?" I'm like, oh shoot.
See, that's scheduling.
But somehow the one will fall off and I'll be left with the one. I'm like, you. So
it's going to work.
I trust God and his timing and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And eventually the call comes through.
Eventually the call, no, even before that, eventually 2025, beginning of last year, the talks come back on after like a 6 months hiatus and quietness.
And Rulani long gone.
And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever is meant to be, God will make it. So then now Matej comes back to me and he's like, look, we still keen. We just needed, to get some things right in-house. But also to create fairness, we've decided to open up the position to advertise.
Look at that.
I'm like, look, that's fair. Like, remember, I didn't...
No, it's not fair.
I
hear you.
So, no. But you also don't want people to say you were hired ka favor.
No.
At the end of the day.
You were headhunted.
Definitely I was headhunted.
Exactly. You were headhunted.
Headhunted.
That's the one we want.
But not everybody in the environment will understand that.
I get it.
So it's better to remove
the doubt.
The doubt, yes.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, look, you guys do what you need to do. Look, they opened, did the interviews, got even international applicants, nailed it down to 5, whatever.
Jeez, it tells you the size of the team.
Yeah.
Even international applicants.
And they came back to me and they were like, look, there's no one that fits your... I'm like, I was confident to say, open it up. Because I know you will not find anybody that ticks the boxes like I do.
Let's talk about these boxes again.
Yes.
That would suit a soccer team.
Yeah.
What are those boxes? Yes, you can cook.
I'm a dietitian.
Yes, you know the type of food.
Yes.
Yes. You're a dietitian who's a chef.
Who's a chef and who runs a catering company. So even when we travel, when we're out of the country, I essentially take over the kitchens.
Wherever
we get to ensure that the food is prepared how it should, when it should, etc. So I take, and it takes guts because you're working in North Africa. North Africa is a hostile environment.
Yeah.
But I've got confidence that's unmatched. I get there, I'm like, look, you doing your job, I'm doing my job. Let's work together. We'll be good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jeez. So those are important boxes.
Yes.
It gets you in there.
Yeah.
What surprised you when you arrived?
What a male-dominated environment it was.
Football. What do you expect?
Look.
It's male football.
and I was preparing myself that I will be the only female technical member, but I think to expect it and to be in the reality is two totally different things. But I think another thing is how much men gossip. Men gossip a lot.
I didn't know that.
I thought I'd be bored. No, I don't get bored.
I didn't know that. So they gossip.
I'm always laughing to a point where they're like, whenever I talk about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm too loud. But stop saying these things to me. So no, men gossip a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in terms of the kitchen and all of that, were you surprised by what you got? In terms of what it needed, where it needed to be? Because remember, Sundowns has been performing at this high level for so long.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've learned as a fan is that they've been fixing things slowly.
Yes.
Like, that's not right, we get it right. That's not right, we get it right. Including the paving. Yeah,
Paki. Yeah, guys.
Exactly.
They made sure.
You won't believe how the paving is as recent as less than a year ago.
No, and that's the thing. Look, we have management that is not. There's a lot. We're a big club. Yeah. We have so many teams. So there's a lot that needs to be synced into place, but it can't happen overnight.
That's it.
And the management is really trying their best.
It's one at a time.
Like we have a young chairman who's. I know he's woke to us, and he wants to understand the impact and things like that.
Yeah.
Like when I arrived at the academy, there wasn't a kitchen, and the academy is a whole building where we are housing around 100 boys.
Yes.
And we didn't have like a fully functional kitchen. Sure. And when I brought all the issues to the table, look, chairman, GM, they were all ready to listen to say, okay, how do we correct it? And I'm grateful for that. The environment does get challenging at times because men can be stubborn in their ways. And you need to be strong enough to get your point across. And
also to show that I know this better than you.
Yes.
I know what I'm talking about.
So those are the challenges, but look, they're always willing to listen to say, okay, then you are the expert in this thing. So guide us, and that's the one thing that I respect and I love about them is that as much as I can, I'm also like I have alpha energy.
You bring your masculine side.
I bring my masculine side, and I say it like it is in a respectful way, but I say it like it is. If something is not correct, it's not correct.
Let's get it right.
Let's get it right.
Yeah, I was talking about what you had to fix.
Yeah.
And we immediately went to the paving because that was an issue that we picked up even on social media, videos that we see.
Yes.
I was like, Sundowns, what's wrong with the dust when people park?
I think the one thing that it may be bother the people outside, but the people inside, we know that there's more coming.
Yeah, it's a small detail.
We are staying put. We know that the vision, it goes bigger than just having paving.
When we do it, we'll do it.
And when we'll do it, you guys will be like, oh, okay. And but there's no, we don't need to prove anything to anybody.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
I know.
And now you walk into a kitchen
Yeah.
that immediately needs some work.
Yeah.
Whether it's personnel or the structure.
Yeah.
What impact did you bring to the table?
The menus. The menus were not aligned with what athletes should be eating. Look, and I love my ladies. They were cooking from their heart with love.
Yeah.
And
that's the stuff you found.
That's the stuff I found. And they were cooking for the players, And the players loved Vumamzo and things like that. And those are my people. Like when I go into a space, I want to, protect people. And they became my people. And I took them on. I think the one thing is that they were a bit anxious. Okay, who is this? What is she doing? And things like that. But I had to show to them, no. Everyone is safe. I'm not coming here to belittle anything. I'm here to actually equip you guys with skills.
New skills,
because they were set in, nah, I just wash dishes, nah, I just do it. I'm like, we are all here together. I'm going to teach you guys.
Let's cook.
New things. We are all going to be cooking. The end product will need all of us to come to the table to work together. Yeah. And I know that. Yeah, when they're used to cooking a couple of dishes, then comes this girl where the menu is like, what?
Did you add stuff?
Yes. Yes.
What?
And even the preparation methods and things like that to say, okay, match day minus one. Match day minus one, we need all the carbs, as many carbs as possible.
What is match day minus one?
A day before a match. So we start carb loading.
The playing on at 3:00 tomorrow.
Yes.
So today, do we start in the morning?
We start from the morning. The sooner you start, the better. We start from the morning to ensure that breakfast will also have like additional starches like breakfast, potatoes, hash browns, even waffles at times because we're trying to get in the carbs. Yeah. Then lunchtime, variety of carbs are there and off. Even if one says, I don't like this, there'll be an alternative. There's spaghetti, there's rice, there's burger rolls, there's pizza. Like we put it all together so that at the end of the day,
you have enough options.
Yes. And also when I got there, they were doing a lot of pre-cut fruit salads and things like that. I'm like, no, guys, we have hands. We can, so I had to, and now we make beautiful spreads there by the cold section. They smoothies, things that were not there before.
Yes.
And they're like, look, I know sometimes they get frustrated with me because I'm a perfectionist.
Who gets frustrated?
The staff,
the kitchen.
Yes, because I have high expectations, but I'm like, the only reason I have these, I know you guys can meet them.
Yes.
Yeah. And when they do good and look, the players will compliment and management will compliment, and I'm like, you see,
it's working.
This is what I wanted to get out of you guys.
Did you have to, once eventually you went to the presentation, your interview, now you're appointed, the feeling of geez, this is not a small job.
Yeah.
What went through your mind when you realize that I wanted it and it's here?
Yeah.
It happens with guys.
Yeah.
There's this girl they want, and they've always wanted this girl. She's like the hottest chick in town. And then Washela. When you know what, man.
Yeah. Yes.
So did you find that?
Yes. And funny enough, it's because the Sundowns thing was in the pipeline for quite a while. I remember when I shared it with my mother. My mother is a fear factor one. She comes from a background where you become a teacher, a nurse, or a police officer, and that's it. When I told her that opportunity on the table, she's like, yo, marangwana, that fear. And I was just like, girl, if God brings me to it, it means that he will give me the ability. Look, I had my days, especially in the beginning, they tried to ease me into it.
Yeah.
Especially because I arrived 2025 towards the end of the league, end of CAF.
Got you.
And those were critical.
It's the season where we lost against Pyramids. Yes.
It's a pressure cooker.
Of course. Yeah, you walked in.
Yes.
So that right at the end.
And that's what
we had already won the league.
No, the league
but we still had games.
Yeah, we still had games to play, but the league was already in the bag.
Okay.
And then there was now CAF there. Yeah.
So you started with what's his name, with Cardoso.
Yes. Yes.
Jeez, okay.
So just before I started, he was a final person that I had to have a meeting with Mateus.
Of course.
And Cardoso was like, look, I'm happy. Please just get everything sorted. This is who we need on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started with Cardoso.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then overwhelming? Did you find it overwhelming?
Look, I always try to cut things into chunks so that I'm not overwhelmed, because you can't do everything at the same time. And that's what I say to my boss, to say, okay, because head of performance, Mateus, was still handling the supplements and things like that. And I said, look, what I can do in terms of the players supplementing and stuff like that, I will get on board. But for now, allow me some time to correct the kitchen.
Okay.
And then let's start there.
Yeah. You do that for now.
You do that for now.
Let me do that.
Especially during training,
Yeah.
match days and things like that, I'll be hands-on because I don't need to be in the kitchen.
Okay.
But then I started by correcting the kitchen.
Didn't you feel the need to bring your own people? So you can expedite this process of correcting?
I knew that would have been an easy way out. I was like, even the people that you have in the kitchen, they arrive with no skills. They are where they are because you're a good teacher.
100%.
The same where you taught those ones, you're going to teach these ones.
I believe in that principle.
Yeah.
That I say this all the time in the office, you hire people based on their attitudes more than their skills, because the skills we can fix.
Yeah.
But this...
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. No. You'd be taking the easy way out.
Yeah. So you took it on.
I was like, here we are, let's go. And look, it's a new position. Like, everybody at the club is still trying to understand. Even the players are still, most of them have never been exposed to a dietitian. So it's like, how someone say,
These are professional athletes.
Yes, it's like, okay, what does she actually do?
She determines what you eat.
Yes.
And when you eat it.
Yes. And how you performance-wise, fitness-wise, recovery, everything. Like, I will play a role in that. Those who are injured, how do we get them nutritional support to ensure that they recover quicker?
Because that plays a role.
That plays a role.
Wow, man. Do you remember when you started feeling a little comfortable with this mammoth task that you've taken on?
Yes. I finally had measures in place. So the kitchen... put together a menu the week before, send it to the chef, he orders. Then I look at the games, because even when we camp, those menus need to be approved by me. So I'll starting to find the rhythm where I'd even be a step ahead of our head of admin to be like, oh, there's a menu for this game. Oh, there's I was like, okay, we are finding our rhythm. We are bit by bit now. I was also starting to look at, okay, what does a DDC need? What does the ladies? Because I oversee. Oh
yes, of course, it's everything.
Because food and nutrition is
it's not
me.
Just. Yeah.
No, it's not just. It's me.
What do they call? What is your role in terms of the title? Let's call it that.
I'm called the team dietitian. But I say I run the food and nutrition. Anything food and nutrition, you can
just call me.
Call me. Anything else.
Describe the size of this role in terms of the teams and the personnel you look after.
Yeah.
What is that? Describe it.
Huge. Do I have I been thinking? So the first team, we have was it 40?
40 people. And you're adding more.
It's 40 players plus minus. And then we have the DDC, which is also around that number. Then there's the academy, then there's the ladies. It's huge.
It's not small.
No, it's not small.
And so far, so good.
So far, so good. Look, I've had a discussion with the chairman and the GM to say, can we get an intern dietitians?
Okay.
And for two reasons. Not that I'm overwhelmed. I want to empower.
When you do that, do call us so we can talk about it on the radio.
Yeah, please.
So we can look for these young people openly on the radio. Let's do that.
Yeah. So I've put together a whole structure. So the one thing that we lacked is a head chef at the academy that is housing 100, and getting approval for a new position is like a mammoth task.
Yeah.
But the one day I woke up and the chairman is like, Rea, I need you to look for it. I'm like,
what?
Thank you.
Eventually.
Thank you. And that's what makes it easier. I do a lot, but I wouldn't progress as much if it wasn't for the understanding, the management that's understanding. Look, there are certain things where I'm still like pushing on.
She's still struggling.
I'm still struggling. Like, the one thing that we've achieved and I'm really proud of is the ladies team. The ladies team was not catered for by the kitchen.
How did they eat?
Nando's.
Never.
Yeah, so they used to eat Nando's because
it's not so bad, but still
not for athletes.
Yes.
That's the one thing where I was like, we need to get this right. And look, the kitchen staff was looking at me like, Kuru, you want to keep adding the jobs? And I'm like, we can do it. I promise you, we'll figure out a way of how we do it. Now we're catering for the ladies' team.
They're part of this now.
They're part of the kitchen. And I'm like, yeah.
And your staff can handle it.
And the staff, look, there are days where they're a bit overwhelming, but we can handle it. And we also have, we're starting a partnership with VUT where they give us hospitality students. So that also helps. Yeah, so those are some of the things where you're like, when I realize that, okay, it's getting too much, I put it out there to say, okay, guys, we're looking for hospitality students. And somebody, one of the gentlemen from Valtech who coordinates these things, reached out and said, look, we can form a partnership.
Wow.
Yeah. And I brought it back to management and they're like, okay.
Well, extra hands, why not?
There you are. We know we're not going to win. Let's just...
Describe the travel.
Yeah.
The African travel.
Yeah.
Which Sundowns does so much.
A lot.
Define it for us from now we're about to leave. We've qualified for this. We are going next week. And your planning starts.
Yeah.
Get us into that world a little bit.
When we travel Africa especially, so I'll start at least 2-3 weeks in advance because menus need to be sent to the hotels where we are staying.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what I do with the menus, I look at the country. So it doesn't help you coming with a fully westernized menu that they won't be able to fully execute.
Of course, yeah.
So let's say we're going to Algeria. I look at some of the common dishes that are in Algeria that are still suitable for us, that the players will still find palatable.
Okay.
Then I will now balance it out between what we're used to and what there is there in Algeria.
Okay.
And then that's then the menu planning, and standard pap is always there on our menu. Match day -1 because we need the carbs. And when the players have pap, it reminds them of home. This is something that they're familiar with. So they're like, oh, yes, there's pap.
Yes.
So that's a week before. It's 2 weeks before. Then a week before, what I'll do is that I'll communicate with the kitchen staff. I have a packing list for Africa.
Okay.
To say, we take some of our cereals like bran flakes, corn flakes, some
the regular
sauces,
stuff. So you bring
rooibos. Yes.
Wow.
So we'll pack those.
Yes.
So I coordinate with the kitchen staff to say, okay, guys, this is my packing list. Check for me what's there, what's not there, so it can be ordered. And then maybe like 2 days before we leave, it's the packing.
Yes.
Cooler boxes upon cooler boxes of the kid guys like to come. Hi, Jenny, we need the cooler boxes. Then now that they have the one time I remember Freddie Zungu, the kid when I was like, what's that? Ngasa complete like cooler boxes.
So at least he knows that the stuff we need is in there.
That it's in there. So yes.
Don't you struggle because with customs and travel with food from one country to another? Don't you find challenges in that regard?
So the perks of being at Sundowns is that we get private charter.
So things
we
go through
fly
easier.
privately.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Go in.
That's why we struggled to get to Morocco.
Yeah, so things go in easier. So that's how I'm able to pack most of these dry goods. And when they're there, look, even from breakfast, if iba breakfast, they know, they're like, peanut butter, the cornflakes, and they know everything is there. Yeah.
So by now, you know the things they like.
Yeah.
And the things this one they didn't eat.
Yeah.
What comes to mind? Things they like.
Things they like, definitely papas. They are those that like spaghetti. They're so versatile. They like,
of course, and they come from different countries.
Different countries. So I always try to take that into consideration. But with my black players, the healthier, the more it's like, you see now, stew, like introducing like a goulash, so no fat, no bones. That's a lean one. And they'll start to like but look there. Yeah, but and it's the education, the educating of them to say, look, guys, I get it, but you, unlike me, you are an athlete. You need your body for performance.
Yes.
And as much as some things were difficult for them to adapt to, they trust me with all their heart.
So, and I like you said that education, because most of them have never seen or heard of a dietitian until you came along. Yeah. They just there's a chef, there's a team chef.
Yeah.
And now you come in. How much education did you have to do with the players at all? Or it happens as you go?
It happens as we go. And the one thing is that they're very open.
Yeah.
They are very open. And I think it comes with being the only female. I'm more than a dietitian. I'm also the sister. Something that they yeah. Even when they create unnecessary drama, they'll know that I'll pull them to order to be like,
not that.
Not right now. Well, and those are the things that the players have made my role easy. Look, the world of football is not easy, and it was intentionally made not to be an environment for female. Yes, and there's been multiple times where I thought, look, I can't. I'm walking away.
Really?
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Even if it was, the job you wanted. I guess.
Sometimes I needed to. The thing that helped me to adapt, I needed to shut out the noise. There's a lot of noise in the system in football.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the noise, you'll really get overwhelmed by the noise.
Give us an example, even if it's a fictitious example, of the type of scenario that would be noisy even to you, because you are in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? You're far from, hey, Cardoso must be fired. You're far from we lost. And we're
a team at the end of the day.
I know that.
Yeah.
But you look after this corner. It works well. Hey, the other guys must just win.
Yeah.
So how does that noise end up with you? Or at least noisy even to you?
At the end of the day, we are a team, and I always say, I came with Sundowns with a whole brand being built. I have something to go back to if it doesn't work out.
True, 100%.
Most people at Sundowns are there because it's their bread and butter. And I'm not even. It's not anybody.
No, you don't. You're not reducing.
Yeah, no. It's literally like they are.
It's a job.
It's a job,
yeah.
and sometimes in the working environment, things will happen where people would want to throw somebody under the bus to save themselves.
Got you. Yes.
And
that happens everywhere.
Yeah. That honestly happens everywhere. And for me, it was because I lead with humanity. I lead with a heart. And it was a bit of a shocker because I come from just running my company. The only formal work environment that I've had was community service at Edenvale Hospital, working there as a dietitian. And immediately when I finished, I went into because it was already built.
Exactly. So this was your first real job. Yeah. Where you are answering to chairman.
Yes. Where are people to answer to 100%. 100%. I'm an opinionated alpha energy, and I say it like it is.
And you're dealing with company politics as anybody would.
Yes.
You're dealing with dynamic different personalities.
Yes, and sometimes that overwhelms me a bit because I'm an empath. I absorb even things that I'm not supposed to absorb. They affect me. So I needed to learn to shut out the noise.
Yeah.
And to really, that's why I say when it's food and nutrition, come to me.
It can be as noisy as you want.
Outside of there.
And so far, you've pulled it off.
So far, I'm pulling it off because I remember I had to like a heart-to-heart with the chairman because he wanted to just check in. As the only female technical member, how has it been adapting? I'm like, look, this space is not the easiest. Football is not a friendly space.
Yeah.
But I always say I stay for two reasons: my players and for another female in the future. Because if I give up, it'll
stay this way.
Yes.
Without female.
It'll be a point proven to say we told you that females can't survive in this environment.
Yeah.
And I'm more of the stronger alpha female. So if an alpha female like me is not able to survive, no one can survive. I'm paving the way for other females.
Help us understand, the other teams. You don't know because you don't work for them. But have you found that there are others like you at other teams? So far, have you found a community of fellow Mapiano singers, or you're the only one?
So in the football space, I know Sundowns is the only PSL team to have a full-time dietitian. So that already makes me a rare species. But luckily, one of the days, one of the dietitians from Springboks actually sent me a DM to be like, we are so rare in this. Females are so rare in the sporting. Can we connect and whatever?
That's
and
I was like,
yeah. So I'm only starting to build it now because of the DM from one of the Springbok dietitians. I was like, oh, this is, yeah.
It makes me realize also, and I guess you probably did the same, realize how serious Sundowns takes itself.
Yeah.
If they would create a position like you.
Yes.
And make it a reality and make it live.
Yes.
What else have you found out about this beloved team of mine that you said, man, what's funny?
No, Sundowns we're perfectionists. We are go-getters. We don't believe that there's nothing that we can't achieve. As difficult as it is, as much as the odds will be against us, the key is to wake up and to be great every day. Yeah. And we put in the work. Like everybody in every department, yes, people may have their off days on certain days, but accountability is key at that club. Yeah, and you can feel, I get a sense that it stems from the president.
So it's a high pressure environment.
It is a high pressure environment. You bring your best every day.
If you don't,
yeah, and because I'm a perfectionist, I'm all for that. do what you need to do. If you don't do it, account for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the impact of your role on the team?
Yes.
How is that?
Big time. Even when I remember the one, I think maybe it was like 6 months into it. Now the menus, like they used to have processed foods for breakfast, the Russian dinner. Immediately, overnight, cut them out.
It's like go.
Cut them out and started to address
English breakfast.
Yeah.
You're hoteling.
So started to perfect that.
What did you replace that with? I bet you they were upset with you.
No, not even. Funny enough, it didn't click until I brought it up. So I'm like, and then I was Russian.
They didn't notice for a while, or there were no Russians on the table.
We brought because the alternatives were good. We brought in mince, chicken strips, beef patties, chicken livers, not processed. You can see that this is what I'm eating, and it's not high in fat.
You don't know how they made this one.
Yes, you don't even know what is inside it.
That's true.
So I think it was like 6 months into it, and they do a body composition every month. And look, most of the people's body, the fat percentage was now moving into the green zone.
Wow.
And even Grant came to me and said, look, Osre, I get to but yay, I feel lighter. I feel like I can move.
What?
Yes. And I was like, no. It is how I structure the menus.
That's amazing.
So it's those small things when you get feedback from the players to say, I had energy for this. Now I'm losing weight. I'm feeling better. I can do better my performance and things like that. So
yes,
yeah.
Is there a recovery diet?
Yes.
Because Downs plays a lot.
Yes.
When it's busy, it gets really busy, and there are players who play often. Mm-hmm. So clearly there must be a recovery.
We have recovery smoothies that we give to the players.
I noticed that.
Yes,
everybody speaks about that. I remember when they were introduced. I remember it became such a big deal. Oh, Ramon, that's why I win. It was immediately after the game. And then they were all having smoothies, walking around.
Yes.
What, see?
Yes.
See, there's nothing like this go pirate.
Yeah. So funny enough, I was just quietly doing my job, doing what I needed to do. And then I think it was like 2 weeks back, only to find like messages from Insta and everything, to realize that Vino Snap had shared pictures of me doing my job, and he was like, guys, look, this is the lady at Sundowns that's ensuring that the nutrition of the players is always good. Please give her flowers when you see her and things like that. I was like, it was me handing out the recovery.
You were physically doing it.
Recovery. Yeah. So immediately after a game, the first hour is especially for a club that plays at such high intensity. Yeah. The first hour is key to start replacing the nutrients and to help with recovery and healing.
So those smoothies.
Yeah.
And I see
antioxidants, there's protein, there's carbs. So
and I see oros.
No. There's a science to how it's mixed to ensure that everything that they need is in there.
That's amazing. Yeah. Now we know. There's the smoothies that we've all spoken about.
Yeah.
Because they became a thing.
Yeah.
These smoothies.
No, that is to just help them with the recovery so that, because we play like on average twice a week.
Sure, sometimes
twice a week.
10 games in 10 days.
And it's not all,
in 10 days.
And it's not always home games. It's a home game, then it's an away game, and the traveling also gets in affects the body and the recovery
Absolutely.
and the sleep and yeah.
Do you have to be at every game?
I absolutely.
How has that affected you?
I absolutely look. I thought there's a way that I could work around. No.
When you imagined it.
The games were due to whatever reasons I can't, due to maybe family things, I can't be there. I'll get calls. Ma'am, before he came, Ubaniga in. Then in.
Oh.
Yes.
I guess that's where you need that extra hand.
Yes.
Those foot soldiers.
Those interns, if I can have intern dietitians, then, I can equip them to say, okay, pre-match, there's a whole fueling station that has your dried nuts, your fruits, the sweets. So now it's carb intensive. Before, now the quick carbs that just go in and gives them
give you
the energy.
FBAs.
And then we have energy gel because we have a supplement sponsorship from Biogen. So we have the energy gels. We have different products from Biogen. Then we give them pre-match, and then halftime there's the energy gels that help to top up, and there's also the bananas and other things that they find. And then after a game, first things first is the recovery smoothies. Then they have a golden hour meal where now they take in real food.
Jeez. So you can have some intern that handles the pre-game stuff. You can have an intern that handles the after-game stuff.
That's the vision that I have to say eventually. And I'll be creating space for sports dietitians in football because there's not a lot of such, especially in football.
Hey, man, you find it everywhere else in the world. You'll find it in Europe. You'll find it in other parts of the world. It's our soccer has been... And it has an interesting journey.
Yeah.
It has like a taxi business.
Yeah.
Before you own your first aeroplane, we will go through these issues, where we don't have a hostess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No, true.
So when we buy the first plane, we don't have a hostess, and then we say, but we need one.
Yes.
You see? Because you can't say, I'm sitting in an aeroplane.
Yes.
You see? So those are the adjustments that we are going through. The same reason we don't have VAR. We are getting
there. No, slowly. And I'm grateful to Sundowns who always goes, we have one of the biggest technical teams in Africa.
100%.
We are a big team. And people always get shocked when we travel. No, we are...
And you all travel.
We all travel because we are all needed.
You all travel.
We all contribute and play a critical role, from the coaching staff to the kids managers to the masseurs we all play a role to ensure that the performance that you see there, nothing gets in the way of the boys performing at a top level.
It can only get better.
It can, definitely. I'm looking forward to this season because we are competing in so much more.
This season has the regular stuff.
And then intercontinental.
It has that team, that tournament again that happens in the middle where we into playing with other teams.
There's AFI. Also.
AFI, yes. And we won it last time.
Yeah, last time we won it.
So already there's pressure. It must get a star at the bottom.
And there's now pressure for the third star because we have such a good momentum going. So it can only mean that, last season we were second. This season we are first. It means that we must. And also the losing the league is also a problem. No, of course it is. It was because it broke that 8. It was going to be like now 9 years.
Exactly. It would have been 10.
But look, I think maybe there's a pattern. 2016 they didn't win the league, but they won the star.
So it's
but hey, next season we would another star.
As a fan, you will be excused not to win another star. Mm-hmm. We will celebrate this one for a while. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Don't you worry.
League.
we want to fix this little error. This mistake.
No. And that was a smaller thing.
Yeah.
We were gonna start it off on a good note. Look, the players also didn't take it lightly, not winning the league.
Of course.
And you could just see how heartbroken they were. But this was just before CAF, the
exactly.
Star. And I remember saying to the senior players, look, you can hang your heads, but don't hang them for too long.
Yeah.
The junior players are looking at you guys. And if you guys are going to go into this with your heads hanging low, it will also make them question. The same thing that happened at Pyramids will happen again. Like because I conversate a lot with them. I remember now when we were flying back and they were just so happy. Sailor shows me them and he's lying down. He's like, Otabile, no. And I'm like,
with the second star.
This is all I push you guys because it's all I want.
Yeah.
This is all I want. Look at how happy it was. Last year the flight back from Pyramids was tough.
Morbid and quiet.
It was tough. Now they are up and down, but I'm like, look at my boys. Look at them.
So you do recognize that your role is more than just making sure
definitely. And that's funny enough. The boys also say that when it gets tough and I'm just like, now I'm tired. They're like, mm-mm.
You can't get tired.
There's no one. You don't understand that you have become a form of counsel for us.
Yeah.
When we want to go crazy and do things that we shouldn't be doing or losing our cool, you'll pull us back and remind us and call us to order.
I guess that female love is always needed.
Yeah,
even in the most hostile male environment. There's always that motherly, nurturing feeling that is needed.
That's what Grant said to me the other day to say, look, I've always been saying for years that we need a female in this team. And they got you and look at us and what a safety net you are to us. Yeah. You are more than just a dietitian to us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
In terms of your staff complement, what does it entail?
At the club?
Yes. It's you and who? And the cooks.
Yeah, so it's me. So there's two kitchens that I run essentially and I oversee. Yeah. It's the Torkop one and the Academy one. So both kitchens, they are head chefs and then there are people under them. That the cooks, the assistants and things like that.
Yes.
So that's how it's looking for now. Hoping to push into a space where I can get interns, so dietitian interns.
So it's more, yeah. And in terms of your daily, do you like tomorrow, if the team was middle of the season, what would you be doing? Because you have people already.
Oh no, there's a lot. So when I get to work in the morning, number one, I need to see that breakfast is running smoothly, assist wherever I can assist, because also the time frames can be tight. You find that the players are technical reports at maybe like 9:30 for breakfast, players at 10, and then they train, and then lunch is like post-match meal is like 12:30.
Yeah.
That's like 2.5 hours.
It's little time.
And that time, the menus that Rea has put together, there's like 3 proteins. There's a beef, there's chicken, there's fish, there's veggies, there's whatever. So whenever those tight days are there, I will step into the kitchen and actually help them, especially when there's like new recipes and stuff like that. But otherwise, if not, I then go in. So there's the supplements that they're supposed to have at breakfast just to strengthen their immune system, recovery and stuff like that. I will see that everybody has gotten them, they're eating. Those who need closely monitoring around meal for weight issues and things like that, I also oversee those. Yeah. Anybody has any issues, then they'll chat to me in the morning.
So there will be individual cases, obviously.
Yeah, no, there is individual cases. Yeah. Maybe there's a player that's constipated or whatever. There will be individual cases. Then
who's injured and recovering from an injury.
Yes.
Wow.
So those injured ones, especially there's those smoothies that I make for them that has additional supplementation to just help them rebuild, re-strengthen their muscles and things like that. So that's what my morning looks like. And then once breakfast, I always say cratchy, Julie, because our eating area when the players are there, it is loud. Even before he enters the kitchen, he is screaming, "Mamzo!" So it is chaotic.
It's chaotic.
Once the crash is out, I'm like, phew. Okay, let's focus on lunch. Then I'll have admin things because my work is also admin intensive. There's menus. I need to check the supplements, how much stock we have, what do we need, communicate with Biogen to say, okay, this is what we need. The ladies team, check in with all the teams. What do they have? It's a lot.
It's busy.
It's busy. I am busy until the very last minute.
How has that affected your business?
Like I said, I think when you have good people in place, it helps.
Yeah.
I've been with them for 9 years building this thing and making them understand the vision and things like that. And even though we have to pivot somewhere along the line, God is good because where you need to be, you'll be. I have a business partner who is helping me to run. She oversees. And the other thing is that my kitchen I live in a plot in Glen Austin.
Okay.
So our kitchen is in the same yard. So before I leave for work, I'm able to be
check
like...
a coast.
And now MD Lou also put a camera in the kitchen. So that one that she can talk through.
What?
To the... Yeah.
Yeah,
the team was like, before we got used to it, we are busy. Then somebody's like, hey, continents, and I'm like, wait, what? They're like, who's talking?
The voice of God.
They thought like someone's phone is like, you like covering today. Yeah. So that also helps.
Wow, man. That's a huge changes though, eh?
Yeah.
But you're able to run both worlds together.
Yes.
Well, because sometimes when opportunities like this, as great as it is, it affects something that is dear to you.
Yes.
And that is not the case.
So I'm learning to find the balance. Even them now, I'm like, guys, in order to make salaries and things like that, you guys need to do the work and do it meticulously. So it's also taught them a certain level of independence.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was also babying them to a certain extent.
That's true.
So that's also helped. So it's just finding the balance. And in addition to that, I also work with brands. I do external work as a consultant.
Yeah.
So
how you do it?
Yeah, I do. Like right now.
How you even manage to come here?
I'm right now we are on.
It's off season.
It's off season, but like I said, I come from Egypt last week because one of the brands that I work with took me to Egypt for. I'm like, what am I doing in North Africa for? And non-football. I'm like, God has a sense of humor. But
that's where I said God has a scheduling issue, but that's just me.
So
because you were there recently.
Yes.
For Morocco.
Yes.
And now you had to go back again.
And funny enough, the hotel that we stayed in this time was where we were staying when we lost against Pyramid. I was like, okay, God wanted to give me a better memory of this place. Okay. Yeah, so right now my diary is just like we're scheduling different brands, like different campaigns. We shoot, we send. So so that's right now is the time we've shot. There's a brand where we shot up until December. The things that they...
What?
Yeah.
So it's all done.
It's all done. We have another shoot on Friday. So it's just like, okay, God literally aligned the big opportunities for them to work.
Do you enjoy this because there's multiple lives?
Yeah.
There's this one, the promotions, the social media world. Do you enjoy that?
Yes, I do, because so the only reason I started my page was I wanted to make nutrition education accessible for all. That's why that's the main reason. The brands came afterwards when they noticed me.
You didn't think it'll take the shape?
No,
yes.
I didn't think I'll get paid for posting. For sharing what I love to do. No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
It came afterwards, but my key was that I grew up in a family where diabetes was a real thing, but we didn't have access. I didn't have a black person telling me about this condition, how to eat and things like that. I want to be the black voice that educates an average South African to in order to become healthy, you can do this. This is how you can enjoy your food. This is how, and that was just the main aim of Rea-TheCookingDietitian.
Yes, that's it.
And
it took a life of its own. To your surprise?
To my surprise. Look, they say passion doesn't pay the bills. I'm like,
Well, it depends.
Yes.
Not all passion pays the bills.
Yes.
I had a friend for many, many years who said, hey, passion is No. I think it's the entrepreneurial background that I come from. Yeah.
That like the catering business, like that is also... That was my life for years, and I was earning a proper from the business, and whatever I do on the side, like, look, my kids go to private schools, they don't like, about to be that thing, I something if you look a month, and they're like, please order on Pick and Pay ASAP, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Y'all don't know the life that
that there's a world that says we can only get it
month end.
Yes.
Yes, I'm grateful for that.
In terms of the impact on family, this busyness.
Yeah.
How has that been?
So I'm glad I had my kids very early on.
So that idea worked out.
The last born is turning 8, and she because she got 2 siblings, she grew up and became more independent quite quickly.
Yeah.
So number one, my kids are, because they love Mamelodi Sundowns. My kids are like, what? They're happy to have a mommy that works in the world of football. And I think for them, seeing me going after my dreams, my goals and things like that, teaches them to become go-getters. Yes, it's tough sometimes when I'm away. I mean, like last year we're in the US for 3 weeks.
The World Cup, the Club World Cup, yeah. Yes.
So those moments, yes.
It could have been longer.
It could have been longer. But I'm also grateful for the hands-on partner that I have. My husband is great.
Yeah.
So before I leave, especially for long periods, I will cook up a storm and freeze.
Hey, man.
So I will cook up their favorite dishes, your mac and cheese, your grilled chicken, your rice and strips.
It's all there.
It's
can even
all
label.
there. It's labeled, and that way I leave a part of me at home.
Yeah.
And they know when I'm home, I'm present.
Of course.
When I'm home, I'm there, and also the club. The one thing that I always say is that I have 3 kids, and when there's award ceremonies and things like that, as long as I'm around, I always ask, can I come to work later and things like that. Yeah, so it helps to have that form of understanding. Like our last child, we're in the process of like finalizing her adoption. Is adopted.
Okay.
So even when I need to go for those sessions and things like that, it's like, no, go do what you need to do. Just, okay, leave us with instructions. What do we need to do? Who needs what? And
that's where the intents are needed.
Yeah, so the supportive environment helps.
Yes. Wow, man. And Javi is good with all of this.
Javi is good. Initially, I think he was overwhelmed. But I was like, you remember in my 20s, I was essentially a stay-at-home who studied for...
Oh, you did that.
I was a professional student. I have multiple degrees.
Yes.
While he was building his corporate life.
Yeah.
Now he's at a better position corporate-wise. And my career literally only started in my 30s.
Amazing, eh?
Yeah.
You're one of those who just stayed at school and...
Yes.
What degrees are those?
So I have a BSc undergrad from Wits.
Okay.
Then I have a postgrad
You're a
from Wits. I'm a Witsy. Wits gives you the age. Then I have a postgrad from Wits. Then I study to become a dietitian. So I did 3 degrees back to back.
You might as well go in a PhD, a master.
No. That's where we like literally now. I'm like, okay, I've identified my topic because I wanted to really find a niche. I wanted to solve a problem that was, and I found it. And yeah,
you're attending to it. Let's not tell them.
No, we've applied for the masters, and that's where we are. We are going to help.
So the academic side of your personality continues to be there.
Yes.
You can't say no gaspana.
No. I was raised, Mama Ulaka Ngodishi, my mother's older sister, always said to me, no matter even if you get married at a young age, school is number one. I was taught that school is alpha and omega.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you found a partner that understands.
Yes.
Let's keep working.
I found a partner. My in-laws are also very supportive around that. Like when I was when in my 20s, when my husband was struggling with the fees, my mother-in-law would step in to be like, oh, no. We married you young. We told your family that we want to look after you, and that's just what we're going to do.
We'll do the right thing. Yeah. Were you a soccer person before this job?
Yeah, I think to a certain extent, yes. And just more specifically for the Hours of Sundowns fan.
Okay, just loving it.
Yes. Just loving the Sundowns fan, as a Sundowns fan, and how they kept winning and like, what did 4 goals more, like, when Sundowns plays a match, like, you know they want to win.
Yeah.
The difference is by how many goals.
This season has been complicated.
Yeah. No, this season, look, I think we had different goals. Our eyes set on different things. And look, we finally got, I think we're also recovering from the loss of the star. Loss of the star.
Remember, there was no pre-season.
We didn't have a break.
Yes. Yeah. So that was also something that, is it real that you carry that with you throughout the entire season when you didn't have a break?
No, you can feel it.
Yes.
Because we are away half of the month.
So this break is important for those that are not playing for Bafana Bafana.
For those who are not playing for Bafana.
And you guys.
Yes. And as a technical, because we do a lot.
Sure.
So just to, spending time with family just also nourishes you. It just feeds into your soul. So that's also been good to just wake up and there's no agency to say you're going there, you're playing there, you do. Because you will get, when you look at the calendar, you are like, we hardly have a free weekend.
Well, of course, your job is to entertain us on weekends.
Yes.
You're like DJs.
Yes.
You can't rest. We want to see you.
Yes.
Wow, and you're enjoying this.
I'm enjoying it. Look, I didn't think I would enjoy it as much, but I'm like, you deal with characters and personalities, and they make it extra special.
Yeah.
You go in there, and that's my heart is in it.
That's amazing.
My heart is literally in this thing. My passion is in this thing. Whatever I can fix, whatever impact I can, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Here's an important question, and it's one of my last few. Was your husband a Sundowns fan?
No.
Is he a Sundowns fan now?
No.
So in the house, you have different...
The kids are Sundowns. He's the only one.
Because of you?
No, the kids from my life. Because remember, Rakhadio was Miss Mamelodi Sundowns.
Oh, yes. So they've seen this.
So they've seen
yellow color
this yellow color. They've been to the stadium for this yellow color.
Yes. For other reasons.
Yes.
And they became that.
Yes.
What team does he have support?
Kaizer Chiefs.
Kaizer Chiefs fans never leave it.
No.
Irrespective of...
difficult. Even for Father's Day, I bought him that case. And I was like, it feels so weird to
be buying a Kaizer Chiefs jersey as a Sundowns fan.
I was like, but anyway.
Or the new one, yes.
What will we do? Love is love. There you are, my love, from your kids and I. Happy Father's Day.
Has he talked about, as a family, talked about transitioning?
No, never. He will support. He will come to the games, come with the kids. He'll even wear a Sundowns shirt.
Because he's supporting his wife.
He's supporting the wife, supporting the kids. Because the kids are like, no, but you because the kids also have their own Sundowns t-shirts.
Yes.
And it's like, hi, but you... It's like, okay.
I'll just be a part of this. I'll just sit through this pain.
No shame, no.
Yeah, I know. But surely he loves Downs now. Downs.
No, of course. Downs has a special place in his heart, but he's still there by nature. But it's okay.
Don't worry. But yeah, no. And you know what? Here's an interesting thing. I remember I even spoke about this on the radio. I said, I am a fan of Chiefs fans. Mm-hmm. What they are able to do is just beyond.
Lawyer.
I have never seen anything like this.
They will stick it.
No, they are
the biggest. And look, they show the love and the passion for their club.
And that for me, we should all emulate that.
Yes.
Like Masele, but Tixi.
Yes.
The team disappears, but they remain fans.
Yes, no, they do. Whatever team comes up there, they're like...
They will wear...
Bloemfontein people love football.
That's amazing.
That's the one thing I realized when we played there, that those people love football.
I remember once I was DJing on a Wednesday or so night, and Sundowns was playing against some team, but they were playing at the stadium, Koko Rocklands. And everyone was wearing a Celtics team. At the time, Masela didn't exist, the Marumo Gallus didn't exist, but everyone was wearing... I remember thinking, what's going on with these people?
They are passionate. I remember when we were playing, who were we playing against that side? I forgot who we were playing against. And when we were done, because they love football, they sing.
Yes.
And they called us because we have Utapalamon and then who are from there.
Oh, yes.
And they were singing, I'll never forget, till today I still listen to the song. Tavodula Fasi Dula. And they were saying to us, no, when we sing the song, they need to sit down.
Must sit down.
And I was like, wow.
Just paying respect to one of their own.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You make me realize that it's a good thing to love my team.
No shame. That team will always have my heart.
Yeah.
They are game changers. They just want to take over football. They want to dominate. They're perfectionists. They love their fans. They love their fans. Our chairman, no mistake, defense.
You know, it's incredible how he has made himself such an important part of it.
Yeah.
Yet we still remember the times when it was his dad that was running things, hands-on, and how he's just made himself such an important part of this entire operation.
He is there, hands-on, greeting everybody, just wanting to understand where things are, what can be.
He's not somewhere in some...
No, he's not inaccessible.
Yeah.
If you want to speak to the chairman, you can speak to the chairman.
Yeah.
And if there's a problem, he's willing to listen, to say, okay, then how do we
overcome it?
Yes. And that's what makes it so much easier for me to do what I do, because of somebody who's hands-on, who's willing to get right down to the problem to understand, okay, how far the impact, if we bring in this in, then the impact and things like that. Yeah. So
I wish you well, ma'am, and thank you. Thanks for making time. I get emotional thinking about how much you have to do, and yet you still made time for us.
No. This was worth look at any platform to continue. This talk may touch somebody as a child who's not sure which career they want to do,
or what foods to
take, their health, etc. Whatever it is, whatever platform there is for me to really share. What I do, look, I'm there. Initially, when the producer reached out to me, I'm not too fond of podcasts because I built such a solid brand for myself.
That's happening all on its own.
Yes. Yeah, because then the podcast sometimes just looking for the clickbaits that can... Yeah. But when he said it's you, I was like, say no more. Because he reached out to my sister, and my sister kept saying, man, there's this guy who wants you on the podcast.
He's not so bad.
And I was like, the podcast, because I wasn't sure who it was at first. When I said, okay, let them share material.
Yes.
I was like, you should have just said.
you should have
just said that. But okay, no.
Thank you.
I'm in. Yeah.
We are a house of podcasts.
No.
They are all here. The big ones that are done from this very office. So we know all about this thing you're describing.
Yeah.
And different podcasts will achieve different goals and will do different things. And that's really what we do here. And I want to say to you again, our
Rea-TheCookingDietitian.
Yes. I wish you and the family well, man. May you continue to grow in what you do. May we have more of you.
That's what I'm pushing for.
Yes.
I want to open up spaces for others.
You know what I mean? May every team watch this and say, we need that.
Yeah, you need to have somebody that's just dedicated to nutrition and food, because that has a big influence on performance.
I can't believe Pirates in the league is not dietitian. Anyway, take care of him. Thank you so much. Take care. There she is, eh? Wow.
Thank you.
This was so heartwarming for me.
No, this was good. This was also needed for me. That was good.
Wow.
King David Studio Podcast.